Hey everybody, how's your evening? I'm sending out the last invite. Okay, got it. Now I can come back over here and see y'all. Benjamin, Rabbits, good to see y'all. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. I know I'm a little early. I just wanted to do it a little earlier and let's see. Okay, so I'm going to show a couple of videos and then I want to discuss them. But I want y'all to really pay attention if you can. No, attention span is hard to do these days, but and see if y'all notice anything. Because I took some notes from what I got out of it and see if y'all get the same thing. So I'm going to mute and I'm going to share those and we'll see what happens. Thank you all for being here, though.
Single thing would improve the quality of your life.
A mermaid fin. $1,000,000. Having more time with my friend named Amelia.
The dog, and of course I would say my sister's kind of cuckoo.
Definitely living in Connecticut and having a swagway.
Nothing.
Money? I don't think there is a thing that can make your life better.
Not having all this acne on my face. I hate it.
Having less homework. I don't know.
Fulfilling my dreams and going for what I believe in.
Money.
I think knowing that I have a secure future.
Money.
I don't know. I don't have an answer to that one.
I think it just goes back to trusting myself more.
To say yes more.
Money.
If I had like $1 million.
Started doing acting probably more regularly. That was kind of like a consistent job.
To just take more time for myself.
Be settling down with someone.
Quantity of work does not mean quality of work and does not mean quality of life.
To quit smoking finally.
Money.
Money.
If my roommates would do the dishes.
More time. I feel like there's never enough hours in the day.
More assurance with knowing who I am.
Self-esteem. Ego.
If I knew how to sing.
Oh, wow. I could think of about 100 million of those things that would improve my life.
Winning the lottery.
A backyard.
More sleep. Anti-aging serum.
Oh, if someone would just follow me around and say, Susan, you're doing awesome.
Money. Lots and lots of money.
I think finding an inner peace.
More money.
Getting my book published.
I think if I found a life partner.
Healthcare.
Financial freedom. I'm kind of doing everything I think I want to be doing right now, so.
Better golf game, I think, would definitely improve my life.
Peace.
Nothing.
Facelift.
Money, in a small way to make a difference in the world, but knowing there are so many things that are out of my control.
Nothing. I love the quality of my life.
I don't think anything would. My life is pretty okay. It is what it is.
Actually, there's really nothing else that I need to improve the quality of my life right now. To be perfectly honest with you, everything is going so well.
Oh, completion of the 2nd Avenue subway.
Money.
I have to say right now, things are not bad. They are pretty good.
Money.
Confidence.
Having a significant other.
I don't think that I'm looking for anything right now that would or that could improve my life. I think that everything is good.
I think just continuing to show that women over 65 can be working
and enjoying it and being successful.
The lotto.
More money.
If I exercised.
The guarantee of good health, I suppose.
Better plumbing. No achy bones.
To be valued when my opinion is asked.
Me moving to a very warm climate with a pool and lots of tropical drinks.
Okay, I'm back. So that was 5 years old to 75 years old. What would make your quality of life better? And so I counted. The top one was money, that they said. And then the next one was nothing, that they were happy with their life, which is unusual to hear. I don't know if y'all noticed, it's unusual to hear people say that they're happy right where they're at with everything they have. But I have seen some say that. And then the next one, it seemed to have to do with self-esteem, like facelift or fountain of youth, things like that. To me, that would have to do with self-esteem. Let me know if y'all think it's something different, because I think it's more about your appearance than your longevity of life. I know I'm not saying long, you know what I mean, living life longer. And then what was the next one? Health, which of course we all want better health, but and so the next video is going to get into that. And then relationships and location. A couple of them said something about a different location, thinking that that would make their quality of life better. And I personally don't know that that's the answer. Well, any of those are the answer. Money, I can kind of understand to a point, but they're talking big money, like lottery money and stuff like that. And I don't know. But it seems to be, so a lot of people will connect money with your life choices, the job that you choose, the career. So that goes education to career to making the most money that you can in that career, getting bumped up with promotions and all of that, I guess. So then that's financial security. If you're able to keep that job, we've seen the crazy times, so who knows? Hey, Big Chat, good to see you. Susie. Hey. And then it was kind of surprising relationships was so low because of, well, but then I see people who are alone and they're happy with it. So I guess that's not so surprising. Health, of course, is a big one. It seems that a lot of people are having a whole lot more health problems, so I totally get that. Of course, you can do more when you feel better and are healthy. So since none of my guests have shown up, and I'll just keep rolling and I'll do the next video and see what y'all think about it. Okay. Let me mute and share it. Oh, big chat. Giving you big hugs.
If you start your day with a genuine thank you, you'll most likely end your day with many more things to say thank you for. Almost everything you do from the moment you wake up is a habit. Habits formed from your past. Habits formed by your consistent application, good or bad.
What habits do you want to create? And what habits do you need to eliminate? What habits will lead you to create a better life? What habits will lead to your best life?
Here's some common morning habits of the most successful and most fulfilled people in the world. Exercise, gratitude, journaling, meditation, cold showers, correct nutrition, breathing exercises, affirmations. It all comes down to self-discipline. It's easier to pick up your phone and scroll social media, but is that going to lead you to happiness? Probably not. It's much harder initially to practice self-discipline, but that is what leads to an easier life in the long term. How do you want to feel?
If you want to feel great, if you want to feel happy and positive, do the things that happy and positive people do. Practice deep gratitude, meditate, exercise, affirmations, whatever works for you. Do it daily and create the habit of positive action.
It will not take long before your quality of life starts to improve. See, there's a common misconception that habits are formed in only 21 days. But science shows the number is more like a minimum of 66 days to form lasting or lifelong habits. Are you willing to commit to a minimum of 66 days in order to change your quality of life forever? Sounds like pretty fair math to me. Think forward to 1 year, 5 years in the future. How do you want to be living? Will the consistent emotions you currently experience be acceptable to you if they remain the same? Or is there better waiting for you? Are you committed to do that daily work?
According to a recent study by the World Health Organization, around 121 million people worldwide suffer from depression. Shockingly, the percentage of depression is highest among high-income countries like the USA, France, and Australia. The truth is, the quality of our lives is not determined by where we live, how much money we earn, or even the events and circumstances of our life. The quality of our lives is merely the quality of our perspective.
The quality of our lives is determined by the quality of our perspective. How we see the world is our world. Whatever we choose to see will shape who we will be.
Whatever you choose to do consistently will shape how you feel. And how you feel, of course, will determine the quality of your life. It makes sense then to choose positive habits every morning. That will ensure you are in a better mindset throughout the day. A mindset capable of responding positively to challenging people and challenging events. A mind state that can react calmly, with presence and peace to all situations. Start your day feeling blessed. Feeling blessed by thinking about all the things that are great in your life. Start your day in peace. Really feeling that peace and calm by practicing meditation. Start your day with purpose. Purpose from writing and reviewing your goals and mission for the day and your life. Start your day strong by getting in some exercise. Start your day with positive habits that will absolutely create a positive mind and, of course, a positive life.
Thank you for this new day. Thank you for every opportunity today to experience love, to experience closeness. Thank you for every hug, every smile. Thank you for connection, for happiness, for true joy, for lightheartedness, for playfulness, for peace. Thank you for every opportunity to be a positive influence today. Thank you for every opportunity to smile, to laugh, to be free from judgment and be my true self today. Thank you for these clear moments of higher connection, presence, and alignment. Thank you for joy. Thank you for inner peace. Thank you for needing nothing. Thank you for ease. Thank you for humility. Thank you for connection, easy connection, lightness, love, presence, God moments. Thank you for abundance.
Thank you for positive, powerful solutions. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for flowing through me. Thank you for blessing me.
Let me turn that off. I thought it would just stop like the other one did.
It's too good a message. You didn't want to stop,
Right? The music is good too.
right?
Calming. How are you doing, Rabbits?
Not too bad. That had to be a prayer. Calling out to something higher, thankful for everything we have. That was cool.
Thank you. I thought it went with the other one really well.
Oh, yeah.
Quality of life isn't about money or location.
I wish I could see chat. I'm just dying to know. I mean, think about it. That's a big question. Like, what do we regret? What we wish we could have done better? I mean, that's a big one.
Yep. Hey, Sojo and Rocksteady, good to see y'all. I don't. Well, I'm getting scriptures, and so yes, there was a while back I told y'all how I came to the point where I'm at, and it was funny whenever I saw first thing in the morning. You make a habit of doing something, and that's what the first 20 challenge was all about. First 20 minutes, you read scripture and prayer, and being thankful for what you have, knowing that you have received blessings. Look at True. Can I say
Keep
her
going.
name?
No, you're on a roll. You're on a roll. You're right. And that 20-minute challenge thing. Give it back, you animal.
Yes,
Sorry.
and so then too, if you write out your goals for the day and stick to your list, it's just like when you take a list to the grocery store. Don't stray from your grocery list, because then you'll get a bunch of junk stuff that you don't need.
Ooh, but it tastes good. That's a tough analogy. Grocery lists, and don't shop when you're hungry. But I get it.
Well,
No, I get it. And you're right. You're right. Be committed. Be thorough. You're right.
yes, and it's sticking to that list. And even if you don't complete the whole thing, you've tried it, and you've done what you could. And I'm not saying everyone has to be perfect and your bed has to be able to pop off quarters and all that stuff. It's just, it's the trying. And if you
Yeah.
keep trying every day, each day, our goal is to be a better person each day. And if we just keep trying to do that in every way of our life, it's going to happen. You're going to manifest it into being.
That's what I like about your community. I think they do that in their own way. They pull together. The fact
Yes.
that you're nice enough to do the show and share the message right now, no, it's a good vibe. Seriously. Come on.
Oh my goodness, Hawk. That is awesome. Hawk's having puppies.
Nice.
One of his girls is having puppies.
I'm hoping to be joining him on that front. Come on. Set it down. Good girl.
Really?
Yeah, well, I got the one
With like,
saddleback, the JD. I mean, not to get too far off topic with the rest of it, but yeah, I'm looking forward to Trudy at least doing one or two puppies, even though she's completely insane. Now at Hawk's level, I don't know how he does it. Because these things, it's like dealing with people. I mean, he knows this already. But yeah, back to the message. I mean, think about that. What do you regret? What did you want? To be honest, I think we always knew. It's just difficult to find, or they put up unnecessary roadblocks. And I think the
Right.
message you're putting out is to tear those down. Don't give in to it. We can do better. We are better. I mean, you can feel it, right? I mean, it's just there.
Yes.
Down.
Well, of course, we all have a lot of regrets. We all have a lot of situations that we wish we would have had more power at the time to handle differently.
Does it?
But it is what it is. It's the past, and we got to get over that past, forgive whoever harmed in any way, and move on.
So like
Because
Gandhi, picture your enemy and love them.
yeah,
That's a tall order.
yes,
That's a tall. I mean, Gandhi's got me beat, but I'm trying. Come on. I can see the
right.
benefit. I can see the benefit of different perspectives. I can see the benefit of cooler head. Yeah, it makes sense. It really does. As far as regrets, I don't know. I read this Reader's Digest once, and I could have swore it said those were learning experiences. There's no
Absolutely.
regrets. There's only learning experiences.
And that's, I think that the things that I've gone through has made me stronger, made me the person I am today,
Oh, I'm
made
willing to
me a
bet
whole
that's
lot
all
more
of us.
protective of my family, that's for sure. But maybe overly protective, maybe
Oh,
enabling a little too much, but oh well, it is what it is.
I mean, if I had to choose between that or neglect, I know where I'm going.
There you go, Hot. Love the person, however, hate the sin.
Hey, he brought up a good point. It's not the first time he's mentioned that. Yeah, that's a really good way to look at it.
Yep.
Come on, you ornery dog.
Pretty yard. Pretty dog.
Oh, she's not. Don't let her fool you. Like most things, she's incredibly high maintenance and annoying, but I love her. Come on.
Well, thank you for sharing her.
Well, I heard somebody online, somebody I care about, say, "Hey, everybody's bolted, not showing up." So I figured, ah, damn, let me show the dog. I mean, everybody likes dogs. Can't go wrong with a dog, right? I mean,
Right.
they take away all barriers, and the message you put out was pretty deep. I mean, way to throw that on us on a Friday, Bonnie. I mean, you didn't even ease into it. You just threw us right in the deep end. Hey, when you die, you're gonna regret this. You better shape up. What do you think about this? Love and forgive. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. It was intense. Very. I don't know how chat took it, but I'm like, man, no water wings in this group. We're just diving right in.
Well, because it's how much time do we have before they throw another wrench in the wheel?
Well, we
And
talked about this. You have the rest of your life, whether that's 30 years or 30 seconds. Come on.
right. So
No, you're right. You're right. It's an important topic. I personally was a little overwhelmed.
when I see a good message that is pretty intense, I'm going to share it.
Dig it. I dig it.
It's time for us to be intense. It's time for us to be.
I wish I would have got like the pre-notes out of it, invested into pens. It was intense.
Whatever. It wasn't that intense.
Well, you're talking about the key things in all of us. What did you want? Where are we? What do you want to be? How do you want to live? Those are core. Far more important than half the stuff we hear in a daily. But yeah, no, great message. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. He chose us in Him before the foundation of the world to be holy and blameless in His presence in love. Thank you, Hilarious, too. Amen. That's right. We are the chosen.
Uh-oh.
And to be good servants, we have to be as good as we can be, physically, mentally, in our soul. All of it connects together. We keep saying it's not a coincidence. We all met here, this YouTube community.
I'm starting to buy into that. I mean, what are the odds? Just look at the multitude of backgrounds. I mean, it's right up there with stars in the skies. Everybody's completely unique, but a similar message. It is fascinating.
Yep. Completely different in so many ways, yet here we are. And that's it. That's all we got to do is talk about our differences, our opinions, our whatever, and just keep talking about it until we come to a, hey, you're not such a bad person. You're not out to kill me. You're not out to
Yeah, but you get how it
whatever.
can be tricky. I mean, everyone thinks talking so casual. What you're really doing is opening yourself up. You're putting yourself in a vulnerable position simply by caring and listening. I'm not talking about some casual in the subway, how you doing? I'm saying if you really talk to each other, it is a lot of trust. It's a tricky thing. I
That's
understand
true.
the hesitation, because potentially it can be. I mean, I think Hawk said it best yesterday. There's all kinds of people with plans, and maybe that bad person has a plan. I believe the good people do too, and I'm rooting for them. I'm back
Yes.
here with my little banner saying "Go Team." Up.
And I know there's so many good people here, but I
Agreed.
do know that there are bad out there that will try and cause problems. And
But that's anything, right? I mean, we could all be working at a Sonics right now. There's going to be that one asshole who wants to make the day miserable. I mean, it happens. And
yes,
and ready for the best part, Bonnie, and you know this because you're so understanding. It changes. Like what if I had a really crap day and I pop up here talking about lottery numbers? You could cast me to the brimstone, or you could write it off on, hey man, this person's having a bad day. Let's see what's going on. But that's asking a lot of you. I mean, what you're really asking from people is everything. You're asking for the best parts of them and to not be afraid. And that's a lot. I mean, that I'll be the first to tell you, I think that's a tall order. I mean, I think your community and a bunch of people I've never met are up to the task, but I mean, I understand and respect what you're asking. It's a big deal.
it is. I'm not asking for their souls.
No, that's
No,
not what I'm saying. But when somebody does
it's
care, it is sincere. They are open. They share. I've heard you guys talk. I mean, it's not a casual conversation on a subway.
right. Yes, and
You
that's
guys hit.
a lot of us say a lot of our personal stuff, and that's that's how you get to know people, though. That's how
Oh
you
yeah.
understand where they're at, and if they need a hand up, if they need prayers, if they need
Oh yeah. No, the
just
enemy's got
someone
the
to
right
tell them
approach.
it's okay. I
I mean, think about it, Bonnie. The enemy has the right approach. They want to know everything about you. Now they want to censor you and do bad things, potentially, hypothetically, my opinion. But the approach is direct, and they want to know everything. Good people should want the same thing without the malice or the bad intent. Does that make sense? It's totally
yes,
fair to be like, hey, I'll give you 100%. Give me the same. It's scary. I'm scared too. We got this. I mean, it's a balancing act, and it is tricky. And I think you guys do a good
right.
job at navigating the white waters of human emotions.
But also in doing this, you're open to maybe letting the evil listen to things about you that could be your weakness. So that's where faith comes in
Yeah, agreed. I mean, think
because
about it.
we can't
Yes,
stop it.
yeah,
It's social media. And
exactly. I don't know. If I had to guess, and it's just a humble guess, not at your level or everybody else's, but it's a risk worth taking. Yes, the wrong person might hear it, but it doesn't mean you have to fall for the same old tricks. I think you guys have discernment. I mean, I think you guys will. There's a
yes,
difference, and yes, I mean, we talked about this previously. It could be something as simple as a welcome mat. You have the best of intentions. You don't know what you're welcoming in. You know what? What if some diabolical thing sees that and thinks it's an open? What if Dracula was real and they sees a welcome mat in front of your house? Oh my goodness, right? I mean, it could be anything. At that point, it comes to strength and faith, and I think you and your community have that in abundance. It's just there's a lot going on, and everybody's kind of spun up. I know I am.
Yep. And
I don't think it's a hit on no one's character or strength. It's just a lot.
no, it is a lot, and it's a whole lot.
Oh
The
yeah,
past
yeah.
3 years, it's been one thing after the other, and that's why I'm here, though, is to hopefully be the calm in the storm, because it is a storm. We were warned about the storm in more ways than one, and I don't know. I hope that in doing this also that people will be a little more careful about some things that they put out, so they're not setting themselves up to be vulnerable to any ill will.
Well,
I'll just
I love that. I love the cautious message. But what I get out of it is, if you and Hawk and Chuck and everybody else I've been lucky enough to meet, you guys build people up for when they're faced with that, it won't be an issue. In other words, if they have strong convictions, I'm not going to shake them. Evil's not going to. No one's going to shake them. You know what I mean? It just needs
exactly.
reformation. Everybody needs a little reformation. Am I crazy? Am I doing the right thing? I mean, we kind of know where this is going, and it helps to hear. I love hearing it from you guys. It's a big help to me personally. I hope it is for everyone else. And if I had to guess, to some extent, different variables, it is.
And that's where the affirmations come in. Hang them all over your house. Talking to yourself like third party. And I know it sounds crazy, but
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do
no, it's not crazy.
I'm
It will
teasing
work.
because of the third party joke. That's it. Bad joke. Bad joke on my part. You're like, just tell yourself what's up. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Legally speaking, that's bad medical advice. But I get what you're saying, and you're right. You're right. And I'll do you one better. It helps to hear you. It helps to hear everybody else. I love reading what they say. I can't do it right now, but I do enjoy it. Even if it's completely diametrically opposed. It's fascinating.
Yes. It's honest. Benjamin. Love it.
Ah, I need Hawk's guidance. Eventually, these German shepherds tire out, right? I mean, at some point, they get sleepy. This thing will run itself into the ground. 2 years. 2 years I've been trying to figure this person out. Dog. Well, no, person. Definitely a person, right? In a lot of ways, like the rest of it. Wants to be happy, wants to roam free, wants to be left alone. That tends to be difficult. And that's why messages like yours and platforms like yours and Chuck and Hawk and everybody else, it's I think it's needed. I think it's valuable.
Thank you. Yep. And I put on the community page, they're doing a community music.
What?
And
Awesome.
and that's another good place to go, y'all, if you're if you want to listen to some music every so often. I totally understand. I told Indy I would be in and out. Indy, Sharon, stream a lot of the
That's another good one. Yeah.
yep, and a lot of the musicians or the artists in the community are sharing streams, and they're just it's music, and they just talk a little bit, and then music and quotes. Oh my goodness, I got some really good quotes I want to read y'all from. Okay, I can't remember the name. It's something that you don't hear every day. But he was doing it good. Buzzacino, that's the name.
Great name. Love it. Powerful name. Nice.
And I even asked his permission if I could share. So I'm not
Sweet.
doing
So we're not
anything.
going to get sued or sniped up by the DOJ. Love it.
Nothing nefarious here. Okay.
Nefarious.
If your brain is ingrained from the gravy train, then refrain and retrain. and relieve your pain. To remain truly sane, gotta find your lane to the plane where you gain freedom, break the chain.
That sounds like an Eminem album. Awesome. I'm
And
just saying it
it
right.
could be.
It was on point. It was very well written. Very awesome.
And
Come on. Good girl.
Hilarious too says you cannot wear out a German Shepherd.
Apparently, I think this person is correct, and I'm terrified. Like I'm sitting here, like there's no way. There's no way. No way. They start pawing at things. They start talking to you. Ugh. All right. 2 more. Come on. You're huffing and puffing. Call it.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of hidden meanings in that one.
I'm afraid I missed it. What you got?
The one I just read. Okay, and then here's another one.
What you got?
To ground yourself is to find your
Ooh.
path, for without the path, the spirit flies free. And we must learn to walk before we can fly, lest we fly blindly away from our destiny.
Sounds like an advocate for green noise. No, I'm serious. You ever heard of the green noise thing? It's supposed to help with like, okay, people who have trouble sleeping or their minds tend to wander 1,000 miles a minute. Green
Yes.
noise tends to cancel that out. In theory, obviously not for everyone, but for a certain amount of the population, it tends to have a calming effect. In fact, a fun fact, one of the reasons a lot of people used to ride the railroads and be vagabonds and stuff was the hum of the railroads. Funny how things work.
It is.
Get rid of the background noise. You can find that inner peace you're talking about and achieve tranquility. Because during that first video, some people terrifyingly said they were happy. Oh, man. The reason I say terrifyingly is, I mean, I haven't heard, the last time I heard someone say that, they believe the earth was still flat. No disrespect to flat earthers. I'm just saying. I mean, it's been a long time.
Well, and you're right.
Happy. You're happy? What do you mean? You're really happy? Like right now, you're happy. Seriously? How's that possible? But I love it. I love to hear it.
I do too. And I've heard some people say I laugh too much. Well,
What?
I'm sorry. I have joy in my heart. There's times when I go off and I go off on a little rant, and
Wait.
once I get it out, oh well, it's over and done with. It's
I
that.
think chat's going to back
Here it
me on this
is.
one. We need an example. We need an example of Bonnie going nuclear. Like let's say everybody comes back to the house and all the cars are broke, all the food's gone, no one did the dishes, no one went to the grocery store, and go. Oh, that's not a blow up. We want to blow up.
Going nuclear.
Yeah, that's nuclear. I mean, I'm fascinated.
Ridge
Are you
Runner.
kidding me? Honestly, Bonnie, when you tell me that, I'm trying to picture in my head Mr. Belvedere getting mad. And I know I'm kind of dating myself with this, but anyone who's seen Mr. Belvedere knows he never gets mad. And I can't even picture Mr. Belvedere going nuclear, which is kind of where we're at with you.
Whatever.
Only
I
the
have
old people get
stomped
this.
into the other room to let some girls have it, and
Doesn't
very
mean they took you
recently,
serious. Look, I have a feeling, chat. I have a feeling
Hi,
that
Frank.
Bonnie's version of nuclear may be our version of Tuesday. Like it may be our version of every day. I don't think Bonnie's really gone nuclear. I'm calling horse shit on this. I don't like fabrications.
I kind of did on Chuck's last night
You
about
just
the
said
health
kinda
and
did. You
okay.
can't go nuclear. Who goes kind of nuclear? Come on, chat. Who goes kind of? Come on, do like Yoda. You're either doing it or you're not. Kind of nuclear? Is that even possible? Like you got fireball but didn't go thermal? Come on, what is that? Work with us, Bonnie.
Okay, I can do a mushroom cloud if needed.
No, well, no, don't do it right now. Don't do it right now because we'll wait till someone else comes up here. Then do it.
No, I'm not doing it right now, but I'm just saying.
We do want to see it though. I promise you. That'll sell tickets. Come one, come all. Watch Bonnie go nuclear.
If I ever go nuclear, it will not be public because
What?
it will be bad.
By definition, it'll be. Are you kidding me? It'll be over the Dateline News, like 7 dead, helicopter down. It's gonna be bad.
That's what I'm talking about.
What? Don't prank caller. Totally hypothetical, all bullshit, not real. Thank you,
said it,
YouTube
not me.
algorithm. Thank you. That's right. That weird person with the dog slandered you. In fact, technically, you should be able to sue me right now because I didn't get permission to slander and talk about people.
Thank you, hilarious dude. Making it into
I can't
I can do that. She said I'm making what is in the pantry into yum.
Ooh, awesome. Very awesome.
I had a daughter-in-law that was way better at that than me. I mean, I could see her throwing together a meal and out of almost nothing.
What?
But because so little insight, she's passed. God bless her soul. But she grew up with a Koch family. And so from the time she was old enough to be the caretaker of said family, she was. And not a lot of food in the house, I'm sure. And that's where she got the skill. And sadly, that's how she got the skill, but the skill was very useful. So that's
invention is
good
necessity.
coming out of tragedy.
Yeah. That is the thing, right? The mother of invention is necessity. Come on, up. Get you.
Yes.
Apologies. Gotta get him inside. Get inside. No, she does this. No, we're not. I gotta mute. I gotta mute because I have a 10-minute debate with a dog whose brain's the size of a walnut.
You have fun with that. Can she hear me?
I actually think she can, and it spooks the hell out of me. Ouch! These are like ridiculously expensive noise. And no, don't do that. Oh hell! No, you're not a good girl. You're a bad girl. Go on. Okay, she's inside. Please continue.
Okay. So Bonnie too has joined me.
Yeah, well, that was a guess based on the noises. Yeah. Oh God, these people are still talking. They're in the way of the wisdom I have to share with everyone. Well, don't let us hold you up, Bonnie. Too. You spill that stuff. You share to the world the secrets of the universe, because apparently we're holding you up.
What?
You can't answer with what. That's counterproductive.
Well,
she heard the first time. She's playing it off. She's like, no one's supposed to put me on the spot and actually ask stuff. That's bullshit.
To go outside and enjoy the evening air.
There you go. Sun setting.
Yeah.
I tried that. The dog messed it up.
The only thing that might mess it up is that neighbor's goat or cow. I can't tell what it really is.
So you don't wait. Work with us here. There's a goat, right? And there's a cow.
I'm not sure if it's
now,
a goat info or either one. It sounds weird.
Chat can probably help us out with this. Can Chat tell the difference between a goat and a cow?
I normally can, no problem. That thing sounds weird.
Which leads to the next question: why can't you now? Like, what's going on right now?
It's not close enough to see, but she can hear it.
It's a cow. It's the size of a Buick. Are you serious? No. I mean, I've seen pygmy goats and some really weird goats, but nowhere near a cow.
Some days it sounds like a goat. Some it sounds like a calf. I can't really.
Oh, so you're going up. You're going up auditory. Okay, that could.
Yes.
Be
yes.
So not visual. That's where I made a mistake.
Yes. So imagine like.
Well, in my defense, and Chad will back me on that. No one knew. How was supposed to
I
know?
can usually tell the difference in the sound, but that thing sounds off at times.
So you have a goat sounds like a cow, and a cow that sounds like a goat. This sounds like the end times to me, ladies and gentlemen.
Make the sound.
I'm gonna have to check my life insurance policy as soon as I hang up.
I thought one night it was getting ready to be dinner. That's the first time I heard it.
Well, that's what I thought it was for. So if you can imagine this animal, whatever it is, and there's about 10 to 15 vehicles blocking the view of said animal.
Yeah.
How do you get 10 to 15? Okay, got it.
At
Leads to other questions, but all right.
Yes, it would.
I'm gonna go get ready.
And it does here also. We keep an
Finally,
eye
she's
out.
about to bail. She's like, I'm going outside. You guys figure it out. Way to start shit and bounce.
He's taking me out somewhere new.
Okay. Please be careful.
All right.
Love you.
It's in Wimberley. It's far. New place.
Commercial. We got to go to commercial.
No Robin
Collagen.
Banks.
No Robin Banks.
I'm trying to rob the bank.
Yep.
Good at it.
No, you're not. You're really not. I
No.
promise.
5 minutes later, everybody's going to know all the details.
Somebody pulls over for a busted tail light. She's like, what'd you do? Everything. I did
goodness.
everything.
Rabbits. Shh. Look. Hi, George.
Well, ain't that a damn Christmas miracle? 'Cause I've been breaking some rules to try and figure out if this young man is still breathing. Welcome, George. Good to hear from you when you do actually speak.
Oh, we're getting there.
Oh, I hear you. You're coming
There we
in
go.
clear.
We got comms. We got comms.
I don't know about how much, but gonna make the best of it.
Well, I appreciate to hear you. It's good to hear you, man. It's been a while.
Good to see you, George. Missed you.
Agreed.
Miss myself.
That's a horrible statement, because the one thing that's constant is you. How can you miss you? Never mind. That's going to go to that whole goat and cattle thing. No. Awesome. Really
So what's
awesome.
new?
Oh, everything. Everything is new. In fact, I have it on good authority that you can make your day your own. You can find goodness in the bad, and you can overcome and persevere. I dig it.
I've been doing
Those
that
are
for a
the
long
2 videos Bonnie
time.
showed. Like forever. Like seriously.
Yes.
Like always.
And we appreciate it, George. You've shared a lot of
Seriously.
good information with all of us.
I'm still geeking out about the tomato video. How he showed how when you cut them in half and they started to sprout. It's been a minute, but it was a good video.
Yeah.
Actually, I should probably look at memory erasing medication. No reason.
No.
Hopefully we can start getting stuff in the ground. I got corn and everything else growing in the house right now. Hopefully next week.
The locals are pissed. Locals are pissed, George. They've already lost crops they started. Most of them have called it. They've already culled their stuff and taken the insurance, sadly, where I'm at.
Well, you guys are
I hope you have better luck.
going to have a real wet summer, they say.
Yeah, you called it. The weather anomalies. Not to get all off the rabbit hole, but yeah, wow.
No,
Well,
it's
I tell
okay.
you what, it was, what was it, 80 degrees Tuesday,
Wow.
32 on Wednesday,
Come on, man.
and out yesterday and today it's been in the 60s.
And that kind of flip. Good luck with the plants in a normal environment, right? But come on.
I don't know.
It was the whole winter wheat. You
About
actually
90% of the work.
you brought up the winter wheat thing. You were right.
Oh, yeah.
Totally took a shit. Pardon my language. Sorry, Bonnie. But took a poo-poo.
It's still 85 here right now.
Well, I finally let the fire go out today. Hopefully I don't have to light it no more.
What?
So I burned a month longer than I usually do.
Yeah.
I can believe a lot of stuff, but the fire going out at George's residence, that's going to be... Okay, so we got to check on proof on life. What is
I can
something
start
only...
it back up, man. I know how to start a fire.
Yeah, but I mean, that's unheard of. I don't know. This could be a Fed. I don't believe it. No fire goes out at his house ever. That's impossible. Like, it's just improbable.
Well,
there's only one way I'll believe it. Is it possible that Ed abandoned you in the woods when you're in a truck? Oh, he laughed. That means yes. It's him. It's him. He knows.
No,
it's him.
no. I got to get the
clear.
strength up to replace that wood. 8 months worth, 9 months worth.
So Rich Renner said, George, you're amazing. We use you to control that crazy rabbit. LOL.
I'll reluctantly agree to that. I'll listen to George. I don't listen to many, but yeah.
He's the rabbit in the hat. You just let him be.
I'm not nearly as destructive or retarded as my reputation may perceive.
Oh, you got good information. You do. You're the opposite of me, where I'm just fed up with people, but you got the patience.
No, you do too. I've seen you do it. I've watched you. I've heard you. It's just
Yeah, but it only lasts
it's
so
kind
long,
of
and
like,
then I get a fuck you attitude.
yeah, but that's all of us.
Excuse me, but
It's all of us, man. That's exactly what Bonnie's videos were. People at end of life, people trying to find joy in where they're at now. That is like, to hell with 556. Forget your freeze dried food. You want to survive this clusterfuck? Get to know each other. Communicate directly. Comprehend and remember what's told to you and sincerely listen, and you'll be fine. Society has proven this time and time again. Whether it's Pompeii or Greece or the Pharaohs, come on, you guys know. I mean,
Yep.
just and if you really think about it, while they are attacking us on all fronts, energy and everything else, whoever they are, right? That's the goal. The goal is division. It's
Yes.
not the Raptors. It's not the M1A1. It's not the UH-60. It's division. Division and mental confusion. You do
And
that to a populace, it doesn't matter how armed or prepared they are. If you disorient them, you know what's up, Mr. Never Good News. If you disorient them, you will conquer them.
we're falling into that, and that's what we got
Not
to
all,
stay out
not
of.
all of us. You're
Not
talking, chat's talking. We have never good news. Bonnie, you want to talk about Providence? What are the odds of him popping up with your good message? Seriously,
I
what are the odds?
know.
And Tennessee hit the nail on the head. Benjamin's probably sending a couple of good puff signs. I mean, I can't see it, but I can feel it. It's all
Hilarious
good
too.
vibes.
Yes.
It's all good vibes.
Hilarious too grew up with a mother who grew up on a ranch in the 40s, made it work.
Nice.
Weather fluctuates from year to year, and that is true.
weather fluctuates. That's true, but not as severe as what it has been.
No, this is a game
Yeah.
changer. But we know it and we can counter it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, this is not 1940s. We have amazing plethora of tools.
And
Well, I mean,
that's
when you spend as much time outside as we do here, you can see the difference, and it's different. I'm telling you. I mean, if you can't see it, it's because you're looking out a window.
No, that's true too. But back
one
to what
thing.
Bonnie was saying. Sorry, go ahead.
One thing I will tell y'all that is going to be affected by the weather. Okay, California, Northern California had an unusual amount of snow. Now all of that snow is melting. Oh, I have a picture, but it's not available to look at.
Don't forget Canada burning. Canada burning.
So
Canada
all
burning.
of okay, but all this snow is melting and it's going to be flooding California. All the apple orchards, all the fruit growers down south are getting flooded out. They have been for some time. And oh
Temperature
man,
changes, Bonnie. When you get
that's
temperature changes, like we had up to 80 and then down to 30, that kills the fruit tree.
They don't fruit. Yeah, the trees might
don't
live,
produce.
but they don't fruit.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. It's like
No
every
tracking.
form of Mother Nature that can be coming at us is, whether it's manipulation or just normal, it's still happening. And so I don't know how you would prepare for flooding.
But to be fair, you didn't tell us you were going to throw us in this deep end of the pool stuff. I mean, you've already gone from theological understanding. I'm a little scared right now. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, whatever.
It's overwhelming. It is overwhelming. Like, come on, you serious? You mean I got to treat the planet I live on like Mars? I have to treat everyone around me like they're possibly a sociopath? Come on, wait. Where's the balance?
And that's just it. You
is that
talk
it?
about it, and then you know that it's a possibility of this happening in your area. You just keep your eyes open to what's happening in your area. Like you said, the fires in Canada, the smoke is coming all the way down to the south, and so that affects the air quality. It's just things to keep your eyes open about.
I don't know.
To try to prepare if you can. There's some people I know that are moving out of California because of everything that's happening.
Smart move.
The big box stores are closing even because of their crazy, you don't get in trouble if you rob the store of $900 worth of merchandise.
Per
And
store. So you can hit
Right, walk in and
multiple
walk out without
stores.
whatever you want
yes,
without paying. Right?
Multiple stores per store. What a
and
nightmare.
then I heard that ding dong is going to run for president too.
What? No, he's not gonna run for president. We never fixed Georgia. We never fixed Pennsylvania. We never fixed Michigan. He will
Never
be president if they want it.
No.
Whoever the hell is sitting in office and whenever, because we haven't addressed anything, ladies and gentlemen. Fun fact, my opinion, just me, no one else, not Bonnie, not Never, just me. We haven't fixed shit. So what makes
Nobody
you
in the
think we're gonna
government's
get
ever
different
going to
result?
fix nothing. It runs well for them. Look at,
Yeah, I mean,
look at they call them aides. They're servants. That's what they are. If you would have went back to the Roman days, them people are servants. Them people don't do nothing.
The Romans wouldn't have put up with it. You know, think about it. You ready for the real tragedy? Ready for the real tragedy? A Roman slave had more freedom than we do. Because even though you wore an X on your tunic, you had the opportunity to move up. We don't.
True.
There is a system in place.
We're in the
beyond your
lion's
control. Yeah.
Well,
There is a paradigm.
I mean, you can see it. You can feel it all around you. The people are the ones that change things. The government never is going to change anything for the best for itself and for their cronies.
They're going to covet.
The people got to change.
They're going to covet and they're going
And
to protect themselves.
That's what I was going to say. The government's got to not going to change, but we can.
True.
They broke.
True.
They broke.
There you go. There you go. Come on, Never. You got this.
They broke everything.
Broke the social contract. They totally wiped their ass with it. Are you kidding me? How many reports do we need where these people should be indicted and held accountable? I highly recommend this happens. And the DOJ says, nah, we're not feeling it. You guys are just going to forget about it in a week anyway.
Yeah, whatever happened to lock her up, right?
Oh,
now
yeah,
it's going to be
that's
lock
a good
him
one.
up. What is it
that's
going to be? I mean,
are you ready for the best part, Never? That's classic. Meaning that's old sin. We're not even talking about the new sin with the damage they've done to, well, things. I'm trying to bite my tongue based on the channel. You know what's up. You all know. Everyone knows.
just facing it.
They don't need an answer. Nobody needs no freaking smoking gun. You can feel it, and it sucks. And I get that. Trust me, I get that. Now it comes down to, okay, I'm going to turtle up. Just like they're doing. I'm going to protect the things I care about and pass the message along, because whatever's coming down the pike immediately, the 50-meter target sucks ass. Now, if we're lucky, we could stop the 300-meter target. But the 50-meter target, no.
well, I'll tell you what 2025 is about, or 2025 is about. It's about the sustainable development. All Western countries in 2015, well, every country on the planet agreed to try to do this. Sustainable development. But the Western countries had 17 things they had to put in place.
Yeah.
And that's what they're putting in place while everybody's occupied with all this other bullshit. You see them, all right, let's just take the last bank that crashed in California. What happened? They said J.P. Morgan took it over, right? You know what happened? J.P. Morgan is right arm of the government. They got all the good assets, and the United States taxpayer picked up the bad ones.
Yes.
But this is opinion.
They're consolidating power right under.
This is political
noses,
opinion.
and they don't even see it.
Political opinion. Disclaimer for the algorithm. It's not real. Yeah, but they know. You got to do this. If we're going to play on their stupid baseball field, we play by their rules. Doesn't mean we change how we feel. Doesn't mean we let our convictions fade. Doesn't mean we use code names. It's real simple. I think this. Now, a lot of people are scared to say that, and I respect it. I don't judge them. It sucks. The world's a very unusual place from the one we thought it was. Some of us, like Never, have been suffering through it their entire life, way past my entire expiration date, and I admire them for it. And then you got good folks like Bonnie and the rest of them are trying to come along. And they're like, well, this doesn't make sense to me. This feels right. I mean, something else. It's just a driven thing, right?
Well, and
the
that's
paradigm that they put my parents in that got me stuck to it. That's the education system and everything. Now they're trying to change it all, and they're doing it right underneath people's.
Trying ain't never good news. Trying to change it or have already changed it. Let's be real.
They've already
Words
changed
matter.
it.
They've already
We're so
changed
far into it. It's going
Yeah.
to take a miracle to get out of it.
It's not gonna take a miracle. It's gonna be a filter. Okay. You know what? Disregard. But that's a good one.
And that's where you get to, okay, I will do this, but I will not do this.
And by definition of your words, Bonnie, you're describing a remnant. And by the physical definition of a remnant, it is small. It doesn't mean it's worthless. It doesn't mean it will not overpower the evil. But we're looking at a particular pivot point where good's in the minority. Not that good's out the game. Minority. Now, I don't like it. You don't like it. No one likes it.
I like the underdog.
Exactly.
It
doesn't mean we bail. It doesn't mean we falter. When these, okay, you either know it or you don't. My absolute most frustration that I've heard over the years, we got to wake people up. That's an oxymoron. That's ridiculous.
Hey, Bonnie.
Ronan.
Hey, same old same. Hey, rabbits. Good to hear from
What's
y'all.
up?
Good to see you, Ronan. Are you away from your mic?
I can move it in closer. I'm sorry.
Oh, there you go. Loud and clear.
All right, good.
No one needs to be woken up. You already know where you're at. Because life is a very personal thing. It's the most intimate thing. It is yours. It's not mine. It's yours. You know. You don't need to be convinced. You don't need a boogeyman behind the curtain like Dorothy. You know. All right, got it. Shit sucks, raw deal. Batten down the hatches. Teach the young. Persevere. It's worked in the past. When you're this far down the shit sandwich, it's effective. I'm not sure.
But I don't like bread.
Oh, here we go. Here we go with the thing. You know what? You did that on purpose. Never on purpose.
Well, I don't want bread either, but.
Oh my goodness. Well, okay, we'll go glucose-free cracker, whatever that. You know what? This is a gag. This is a gag.
Flour tortilla.
It's effective. You think I hate you so much?
Shit burrito.
You know what?
Pick it in your goat. I'm going to read this scripture because it's a good one. 1 Corinthians 15:10. But by the grace of God, I am what I am, and his grace to me was not in vain. No, I worked harder than all of them, yet not I, but the grace of God that was with me.
Again, nothing against it, but I'm hearing the same message. Persevere, overcome.
Yes.
You notice nowhere in that passage, and it's a great passage, nowhere
Love
in there was, hey, guess what?
Love thy neighbor.
Yeah, nowhere in there was someone else going to unfuck it for me.
No, it says right there, no, I worked harder.
I worked. I did.
Yeah.
And that's scary, right? I mean, think of what's really being asked of you. Something higher is asking you guys to put aside all of it and trust everyone. That does not compute. I mean, that's like, what? Most of the people I know are mouth breathers and knuckle draggers. Are you seriously? We got some serious slope forehead shit going on where I'm at. I can't speak for all of YouTube world, but I will tell you this. I'd be like, what? Do what? What? No. But supposedly...
Low forehead. We have predominant foreheads.
Oh my God. I was not talking phrenology with the shape of the human skull.
No, they don't protrude.
You know what? And if anyone in chat knows phrenology, I apologize, because that means you're really old. Whoever said they know what that is, they're really old. Like they're retardedly old.
Yes, hilarious too. Garlic bread is good. Croutons, homemade croutons. Okay, I'm not getting into food. I won't do that.
No, I kind of want to answer this. What the hell is a homemade crouton? Because I love croutons, and to hell with that. It's impossible to make in the house. It's impossible.
No, it's not.
I've tried it. I have burned down 2 properties and got the insurance money trying to figure out the crouton mystery. That is not real.
It's the easiest thing ever
What?
to make.
Oh, here we go. You ever notice that one, Never? You ever notice that one, Ronan? When you got a problem, the first thing the young lady says was, "You're retarded. We already knew what that was." I'm like, "Oh man, that's waited to emasculate some." Oh, you know what? I feel ambushed. I feel triggered and emotionally distraught.
You're out of your department.
I need a moment, and I need a rabbit and a teddy bear and a book of crayons, or a book and some crayons, whatever the devil those people say.
Wah, wah.
Ah, there we go. Wham. That's the real one. You need a big old wham. You know what you need? Wham. You don't like this? Great. Neither do I. But we're stuck in this fucking zodiac together, so we better figure it out. because those other people making the waves, they don't care if you live or die.
So I don't know if y'all saw the 2 videos I showed at the beginning, but it was about haha. It was
It was
about
not about haha. That's not what it was about.
It was about, okay, who took my brain away?
No one. It's Never's fault. You know the routine. When things go wrong on panel, blame Never. He's back. We needed a solid scapegoat. Thank you, Never.
Nerves. How to improve the quality of life right now.
I have male pattern baldness. It's Never's fault. There's a lack of Cheetos in this house. It's Never's fault. Ronan's too. Now that I think about it.
It's my fault.
Target of opportunity. You're entirely too nice. I don't dig it. Nope, it's your fault. No Cheetos.
Stick around, you'll change your mind.
Oh, you know what? That's a powerful statement. Love it. Way to lure them in to the happiness. You know what? It'll all be better if you just wait. How many years have people been told that?
But you can be a kind gentleman and be a true warrior of the Lord. Or a true warrior, period.
No, man. That's kind of tricky.
Well, how does evil work? Be all nice and sweet to work their way in, and then boom.
That's subterfuge. That's deceit. Evil.
Oh
Evil
my
smacks you
God.
upside the head and says, "Eat it."
Evil wouldn't deceive.
Yes, potentially, but here's the real part with straight up evil, like in your face, bow type shit, like, "Oh, where's the hub?" They're not gonna play around. You're gonna be like, hey, guess what? We did bad things to you. Now what, bitches? That's what it does, and it puts people in jail for 18 years when they weren't even at the Capitol. My opinion, hypothetically, it is a mind fuck.
Yeah, it is.
And that's it, mine.
For everybody else.
No fear.
Can I make you lay down before you feel the will?
Where's the thousands and thousands of hours of tapes that they say that they are?
Oh, yeah. Kidding me?
Where are the thousands and thousands
of hours? Thousands never? You watch how next year they're going to say there were 4 hours missing from the Capitol. You watch how they do like INSOC. Anyone who's watched 1984 or read the book, they're going to do like INSOC. They will create the history. They will create the genders.
Just like, you don't see Lindsey Graham ever anymore because he's running the war in Ukraine.
Damn, that's a blast from the past. Never Lindsey Graham. Most people think that's a rap.
Well, but he's one of the top ones that you always used to hear.
No, I get.
You don't hear nothing from him because he's running the Ukraine deal.
Yeah, that's a whole strange deal. Whoops. Rabbit said out. Well, if I didn't have all of these to care for at this time, I would probably be sitting in jail. Oh, there went George too. Sorry, guys.
Must be bad internet day.
Yep. Here comes George back.
Why'd you boot me out?
I didn't touch you.
Bonnie's mean.
No.
Got Rabbit too, huh?
Yeah.
Bonnie said she's going to change her ways.
Excuse me. But no, I wouldn't do that. Well, I mean, if necessary, but y'all weren't doing anything bad.
Ronan, nice hay. You'll be able to get probably 2 or 3 more.
I think
Hay
so. I
before the
think I
year's
might
out.
be able to get 3 crops this year.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that is awesome. And so you said grass hay. What do you use it for?
Well, I use it to feed the chickens mostly. I put a lot of it down inside their pen where it gets real muddy when it rains. That way they don't get too dirty.
Yes.
I'm gonna save up as much of it as I can, see how long it lasts, so have it through winter and kind of have some hay and grass to give them. There's all kinds of little stuff in there. It's just a section of yard that I let grow tall and then mowed it, let it dry, and bagged it up. And it worked pretty well.
Okay. Because I have a big field that I could do that with. And so when I saw the video, I was like, okay, I have questions. I think you saw that.
Yeah. Well, this way, when you let it dry, if you have a couple days to let it dry out, then it stays nice and green and doesn't get all moldy in the bags and stuff like that. If you bag it when it's still wet and heavy, then it gets all moldy, and
Yes.
chickens will probably still eat. They'll eat anything, but I don't
So
want
as long as it's good and dry and you put it in a good bag and then under some kind of covering, I would assume, to keep it dry.
Usually your first harvest is your best harvest because it's got clover and that in it.
Okay.
Yep, and then I just keep it under a tarp, pretty good tarp.
It'll change back to dirt sooner or later.
And that way, at least I'm getting some use out of it. It gives the chickens something to eat. It cuts down on any costs. And I mean, I'm only mowing that section of yard maybe once a month now, doing it this way. So it saves a little bit on gas too and mowing time.
Right. I mean, I was buying hay for our chickens when we had chickens just because it was cheaper than straw.
Yeah. But it's a good idea. I mean, it's using what you have available that would just sit there and go to waste.
Well, that just kills me to have a big yard just to mow it to look nice. I do that a lot, like around the house, and you got to do that to keep the snakes away and bugs down and that kind of stuff, I think. But the other section that's further away, it's like, well, might as well let it get some use out of it.
Yes, and that field is back far enough away from the house because we have to keep it mowed around the house because of fires. We get fires. This year will probably be a fire year because I figure it's going to be extremely hot. And that's when, if a car breaks down on the side of the road, they could have an oil leak. It can be anything that can start a fire. It's not just, in fact, the fire department told me they don't know of one fire that was ever started by a cigarette being thrown. It is usually broken glass or an oil leak on a car or a wreck where the gas was leaking. Something else caused it, even where the welders, when we're in a fire ban, the welders can't even weld it because building the fences and stuff. There's so many things that contribute to the fires. And so around your home, you try to keep the grass short and make sure that there's nothing flammable anywhere near the house so that the house is more protected if a fire gets close. Well, I don't know why I went on that. Hopefully it's helpful to somebody.
No, that's
I'm not going to have no fire breaks in my house. What the hell was that?
No, it's been dry here too. They keep saying it like this weekend. Supposedly it was supposed to thunderstorm. That went away. It's just sunny and dry. I watered I've been watering the garden pretty much every night, and it's just so dry. I tilled a few areas and in between rows and stuff today, and it just dust, just all dust.
Yes. And lightning is a big factor also. Lightning strikes will start fires. Just saying.
Woo!
I'm all for trying to figure out ways to do with what I have around me. You know, like the little saplings and stuff I transplanted, and
Yes.
last year's are getting bigger, and and maybe in a few years I'll have a little bit of a windbreak, have some pine trees I can make some nettle pine, pine tea and stuff like that out of.
Yeah. And we started some, and they're not in a good place, but I figure once they get going, I can still transplant them to a better place. Is that correct? Or once they're planted, they're there?
It depends on how big they are, I guess. But I mean, you can always dig it up, but you got to dig around it quite a ways. It could be annoying. I think when it comes to replanting trees, they say you dig a $500 hole for a $5 tree.
Oh my goodness. Really hilarious too? Her clothes were set on fire by a crystal on a necklace.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Like a magnifying glass effect, maybe?
Yes. I would say from the sun. Yep. That's why the broken glass, because it just sits there, and when we start getting the really hot, sunny days that go on, it's just like a magnifying glass.
I remember burning ants with that magnifying glass when I was a little kid.
Yep. Yes, Ridge Runner. Food, water, those things, batteries, fuel, and prayer. God will see you through. Amen.
I got a haircut too, so I'll be looking good for this.
Oh my God. Your hair is not too curly to cut. Apparently, that's a thing if your hair is too curly to cut.
Have you ever heard of such a thing? I was like,
I mean, I've seen some sheep with some really
I don't believe that.
matted down stuff.
That's
and
a
it got sheared.
freaking animal, and those are shears. Never. He's being a dick.
But I had a dog that had fur like a sheep's wool, and he was still shaveable. His hair was still cuttable, and two daughters with curly hair. And actually, if I cut their hair when it's curly, you can hide the mistakes easier, because if you straighten it to curl it, and then to cut it, and then it just curls up, and it's hidden. Somebody's pulling his leg, I would say. They
Or
just
lazy.
are being lazy. Yep. Didn't want to do it. They're probably saying, oh, this hair's too pretty and curly. I'm not cutting it. I've done that with one of my daughters. She wanted a really short, and I was all, no, not all these beautiful curls. And I ended up doing it. She loved it. It really looked kind of cute, actually. Curly hair is easier to do things with. Like the bouffant beehive poof up. Hey, Jeremy, good to see you. Yeah, Ridge Runner, if that's a recent picture, it looks like it's to your shoulders. Mine's a lot longer. You're gonna need to cut it. It gets heavy.
once it starts like consistently getting over 70 degrees and then 80s, I can't handle it. It's got to go. My hats don't fit anymore. It was bad. It was time.
That's funny because I'll put mine up because I can't stand it on my neck when it's hot like that, and then I use a cap and put the ponytail through the cap and keeps it further away from the neck. I don't know. Maybe if you put it up in a ponytail, it makes it your head. I don't know.
It probably helps keeping the sunburn off the back of your neck, having that ponytail.
Yep.
I don't have that.
and not a lot of men like to wear ponytails. I get it. It was a moment in the sun in science class held outside on a beautiful sunny day. Never expecting I was the science. Ouch. Luckily, you were able to get it off before it caused any damage to you. Hilarious, too. Oh, we got a picture or something. What do we got?
Homeless veterans have been booted from upstate New York hotels to make room for invaders flowing over the southern border, says a nonprofit group that works with the vets. The ex-military, including a 24-year-old man in desperate need of help after serving in Afghanistan, were told by the hotels at the beginning of the week that their temporary housing was getting pulled out from under them. They've been booted out to make way for invaders newly processed in El Paso, Texas, as you can see here. And if you think it can't get any worse, Democrats in Ohio, California, and Oregon sanctuary states are pushing for new laws that would force private property owners to allow homeless people to camp out on their property. What's worse is that if they interfere with the border invaders, the homeowner could be arrested. The new laws will presumably be couched as town planning issues, not to alert the public as the laws pass. Two recent court decisions surrounding homelessness may have a big impact on people sleeping on city streets. While the U.S. Supreme Court has decided not to hear a case about criminalizing homelessness, an appeals court ruled encampments are allowed on private property. Kevin Finn has worked to end homelessness in Cincinnati for 21 years. He cautiously applauds the two recent court rulings that address the criminalization of sleeping on the streets. Finn said, "I don't think there's anything helpful about making it a criminal act for people to be sleeping outside if ultimately what we want is for people to get into housing." The Supreme Court will not hear a case on a ban against homeless people sleeping in public spaces. That now means there's a constitutional right to camp in public. Ohio's First District Court of Appeals says governments cannot ban homeless encampments from private property, like Hamilton County did at the New Prospect Baptist Church in 2018. This forced private property occupation will inevitably lead to squatter invaders gaining rights to using the homeowner's bathroom and right to park vehicles and access to amenities such as utilities. The invaders pouring across the southern border has consequences. It's only a matter of time that unoccupied bedrooms in private homes will be compulsory commandeered to house the 100 million invaders predicted to cross the southern border. A humanitarian crisis and national emergency will suspend property and individual rights, as was the case during COVID. 6 million invaders have already arrived during 29 months of the Biden administration. The flood is multiplying exponentially each month as America stands down and allows the human deluge with all its catastrophic social and economic consequences. American acquiescence will soon turn into intolerance of invaders when "not in my backyard" turns into "and no way in my front yard either."
So the thing about that if I was going to another country to try to have a better life, I would be cleaning up after myself and trying to make that country
You'd
a
be in
better
jail.
place
You'd be in
than
jail.
what
They
I
don't. They
was
don't.
at the
No.
time.
No.
But there were garbage bins right there, and the garbage
They would
all
screen.
around the
They would
bin.
screen you for economic. They would screen you for educational. You'd be in jail. You're not. You're not welcome. You have to meet a certain threshold before you go
So
somewhere else.
if you're not a
In
good
other words, you
person,
gotta have money. That's the threshold.
And the worst part is that's only part of it. Like they actually give you an aptitude test. You know the drill. They run through the gauntlet. Will you be
Yep, you
part? Will you be part of the society, or you be detrimental to the society? They don't want to.
We used to have one of them here.
We used to. They don't want to disrupt the way business is done. You could have $1 billion. You're not allowed in if you're going to buck the wave. Now, in our place, well, there is no wave. It's whatever. I mean, we kind of figured that out, right? They killed the wave. In fact, I linked a picture of it'll fix everything.
I mean, puppets.
American people ain't got the guts to do what it takes to change the United States, and that's the truth.
You got to trust the plan, Never. Come on, look, you see it. It's convincing. Trust the plan. You know, in 7 or 8 years, you'll be dead, and no one will know what you're saying, and your kids are going to think they're fucking unicorns, and they won't know what a boy or girl is. So it's win-win.
No. All right.
Now
If I
who
catch
got
any
now
of
who
those
got
squatters in my hayfield, it's
who
gonna
got
be a
whose
bad day
goat
for
on
them.
that one?
Hey, they want to camp out here. You ain't gonna like the winters.
You know, and want to know something weird? Tell me this isn't timing. About 3 years ago, maybe 4. I don't know. It hadn't been very long ago. Our city council made the property around me public use. Coincidence?
Well, if it's public, I mean, it can be used. I mean, it's like walking into a board meeting and taping. They can't tell you can't tape. It's public. I mean, they can try to tell you can't, but
If a bunch of tents start popping up outside my fence line, there's going to be film of it. I don't care what they.
I don't think they're worried about that. I think we've seen enough film. We've seen enough reports, even the Durham report. Like, everyone said the same thing. They're treasonous bastards who don't give a fuck about you. And yet here we are.
they are coming in a little bit more now, but they've always been coming in for the last 20 years across the border.
I'm not even
There's
talking
like
about the
100 million of
illegals.
them
I'm talking about the people
in our country right now.
I'm talking about the ones right now. Never. I'm talking about the ones right now who are supposed to represent you. They don't care about you. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I've seen them. I've seen them laugh about it. They joke. They got a name. It's called plebs, right?
They got
It's
better clothes
bad.
on than I got. They're walking across. Come on, but if people are gonna, you just don't jump on a boat in China and sail here. There is a system that is put in place by the UN.
That system was torpedoed. That's right up there with classified information in Clinton's. All those rules, they're subjective. The rules are only enforced.
People find out it ain't the cartels that are shuffling the people across. It's the CIA.
Or
wait till the people
who
figure that
else?
one out.
Come on. The CIA is part of it, but who's the big one? Who's the big one? Who moves people everywhere?
NOG.
He had it right. He said it right. He said the U word. Share the picture, damn it.
Red Cross.
Yeah, there you go.
That's where we're at. Right there. We either share in victory or we share in defeat. There is no middle ground. In fact, I don't understand why there's not more little communes popping up somewhere. I'm in. I mean, because
Maybe they should have tried
ridiculous.
watching the water.
Oh my goodness!
They definitely did not trust the plan. They should have been watching the water. See?
Hey, I have it on good authority that everything, first of all, everything was supposed to be good to go on the 1st, right? But something happened, and now it's good to go on to the 23rd. And then it'll be the next 23rd. And the next, until you're phased out. And once you're phased out, fun fact, dead men tell no tales. They're not worried about you. They've already targeted the real target, which is the youngest and the most susceptible of us. We're all talking about ourselves like we matter. We were dead the moment we popped out. They went after our children and our nieces.
Well, here's my
and our
thing.
nephews.
Why does everybody want to go to the and watch any of these people when they go on their campaign tours? I don't care which one it is, any of them. Because all they do is sit there and sling mud. They never give you a solution of what we got to do. Never give you a solution. Like start.
They have a great solution. Never. You just sit down.
Well, kick out the bankers and start our
for the next
our
guy
own
to
money
fix it.
system. You know, nationalize our natural
got this.
resources that it doesn't leave this country until it's turned into a product.
Just go die in the corner.
Building jobs.
Just go die in the corner, and we'll take care of it. Honest.
You know?
We love you. I want you to think about your
There's a lot of
government,
things we could do that we should be talking about that this country needs to do and needs to do now. But they don't. Everybody wants to hear them sling mud at each other. I mean, it's crazy. They'd rather hear someone say, "Oh, I'm going to lock her up. I'm going to lock her up," than
Tennessee
to hear real
knows.
solutions.
Stand up.
Crazy.
Stand up, Tennessee. Never. You there? You listen to this. I respect the shit out of you, Tennessee. I love to hear what you have to say. Stand up. We've seen the elderly groped. We've seen children have their genitals touched looking for bombs. We've given up any resemblance of the family, right? In government we trust. There are people out there, now obviously not you guys, but there are people who believe that other people wake up every day and say, gee, golly willikers, how do I take care of these nameless masses I don't care about? That's a lie. They're not going to. The entire paradigm, the entire tax structure was not direct. It was mental. Stand down, lay down, and die. Stand up, Tennessee. You've seen it. What's the statistical? What are your personal statistics? Less than 3%, maybe 8% if you're badass. 8%. The numbers suck. Mm-hmm.
The numbers are wrong.
They're not. They're not. Because even the beloved Bible says remnant, and remnant by definition is small. This seems to be a horrible pattern. A small group of good people get together and make it through bad times. I don't like it, but I'm not convinced it's something else. There's no way you're going to convince me that someone's okay with letting the grandmother die alone. Okay, you saw more people protest a fentanyl addict, right, than where they can shop, where they can pray, where they can gather. There are human characteristics here that are extreme and that are known.
Okay, meat puppets, this is for you.
That was a good point, Rabbit. People did. I mean, they just sat back and watched it.
And for the record, I'm one of them. I am the ultimate culprit. I am the problem. You know why I'm the problem? I'm a living, breathing person who sees this shit and tries to roll along. I'm the problem. Not you guys, me. And I don't like it.
There you go. Good way to put it.
I
mean, there's 17 points that they have to have in by 2025. We're coming up on the next one, and that'll be some form of digital currency. Not that they're going to go full blown. They're going to do it just like they did when they were telling people to take a certain thing into their body. They're going to move slow on it. They're going to make it sound like this is the greatest thing in the world. Everybody needs it. And people are going to, I mean, the longer it goes on, more and more people are going to go that way. That's what it is. That's the new normal. That's why you're seeing the invasion of all the Western countries, like France, Spain, all of them. It's only the Western countries that are implementing these.
No arguments, right?
The other ones, the communist countries, don't have to implement as many because they're communist already.
No arguments, right? But how many times you go to the grocery store or the gas station? No one looks you in the eye. No one talks to one another. They're terrified. This we're talking about this like something that may happen. It has happened. It's past tense, ladies and gentlemen. We are actually, everyone who can hear my voice right now is the mother effing Smithsonian. You guys are the history books.
Right. And everything that I'm almost everything I'm seeing, except now it's in a high tech way, it's been done before in life. That's the bad thing about it. If you study history, you'll find out this has been done before. And there was a way out of it. But it's going to cost lives. It ain't going to be free.
Yes.
It ain't free now. And we're not even fighting, and we're losing lives.
Yes. Too many.
But I mean, and I'm not saying a fight.
Our hypothetical opinion.
The fight is you might have to give something up. If I was the one in charge, people, a lot of people wouldn't like me. Because there'd have to be some drastic changes, and that means everybody would have to pitch in one way or another to get this country back. And if you didn't like it, there'll be a nice little place for you.
That's it. There is a lot of, I want to say freeloaders, and that may be the wrong word or too harsh, but.
And I mean everybody. I mean, I would hold back.
It's like Tennessee talked about. Tennessee talked about rehabilitation, right? We all know that that's multifaceted. It takes decades. It takes multiple people to rebuild someone from. It's. Let me put it bluntly, right? It takes 10 seconds to rip yourself apart. It takes a lifetime to build yourself back from destruction, whatever that may be, right? And our brothers and sisters are out there, all scrambling, trying to figure out what's up, looking up all this shit. Because it's a paradigm. I'm going to shut up.
We got a broken country, and it'll take. It's going to take multiple generations to build it back. You know that. To become as one. No, I don't like it.
I mean,
but it's got to start somewhere.
Well, you're right, George. And as you know, and Rabbit knows, whether he wants to admit it or not, there's only two ways right now you can fix this country, although we'd have to start from scratch because at this point it's just too much corruption, is you arm every man, woman, and child that can carry a gun and take an armed revolution and start from scratch, or you start by putting the family back together and putting God in the family and in the hearts of the people to fix the heart problem, and maybe a decade or two down the road you could have it fixed.
I want to put this back into the counties.
Right.
Because it doesn't do no good for me what somebody's doing in California or Illinois or anyplace else.
It's too far gone at this point, unfortunately. Just because of corruption and the way, sadly, what's predicted to come in the near, dare I say, immediate future. Sadly,
the future, try the last couple of years of your life. All your life, from the moment you popped out till present, it's been a slanted game.
Right. Well,
you may have done better than most, but you know the deal.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Because the way it's predicted to go in prophecy, it's all downhill from here. If you're paying attention, you're seeing the shadows cast all over the place.
Yeah, but okay. Sorry.
No,
go ahead.
No. All I'm gonna say is, look, you're free to believe whatever you want. I'm just telling you how I see it. You can agree with me, great. If you don't, that's fine too. I don't give a shit. I'll tell you how I see it, and if you agree, that's cool. If not, whatever.
The downhill part, I'm all ears. I'm listening.
Well,
my only disagreement was the downhill part, but what you got?
Well, I mean, we're how many trillions of dollars in debt?
It's getting better.
You got corruption out the wazoo, figuratively, and dare I say, literally. In most cases, whether it's state, federal, in some cases local. I mean, you've got everything from earthquakes to tsunamis and hurricanes growing more and more frequent. Droughts, plagues. Stop me if you've heard this before.
Tracking.
It doesn't get better.
But it can be.
Maybe I worded it wrong. What I mean is, you know all this stuff, you feel it, right? And yet you still drive the truck, you still go do things. You take joy in the people around you, the people who matter. You find happiness in their smiles. My point is, they're trying to kill that part of you. Does that make sense?
Right.
They're
No,
not
they're
interested.
not only trying to kill. You're right, of course, Rabbit, and I'm tracking. They're not only trying to kill that part of you, but they're also trying to, since you were created in God's image, they're trying to change that as well. What were you going to say, Miss Bonnie?
Well, first of all, meat puppets. It's okay. It's the climb. You're sounding like it's all downhill from here, like you've given up, and that just breaks my heart to hear you say that.
I don't think he's given up. I think it's
No,
different.
ma'am. When I say
No,
downhill,
what he's doing is being realistic about what he's seeing right now. It ain't getting better. It's
right.
going the wrong way.
I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I never will. I'll be here till the day I die, or till the day someone takes me out, whichever comes first.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Yes.
It's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to check out early.
There we go. That's a disclaimer. Love it. Only because we don't know who's listening, right?
Yeah, no, of course. But nonetheless, I'll never give up. That's just not in my nature. It's not who I am.
Anyone who's
But,
listened to you, we've heard your struggles. Yeah, no way.
Yeah, no, as George has pointed out, I'm realistic. I know what prophecy says. Everybody who's willing to be honest with themselves, who's willing to take more than 5 minutes and just concentrate, you can feel it in the air. It's almost palpable. You can feel it.
Yes. I can see where people are flipping out and doing weird things, but it doesn't mean it's the end all be all. I really think that if we keep trying and hold your loved ones close, just keep your area as good as you can. And I know you're out on the road and you're dealing with a lot more of it than most.
No, I understand what you're saying, Miss Bonnie, and you're not wrong. You still gotta occupy, as the Bible puts it, occupy and redeem the time. You still gotta be active. You still gotta get up, do your job, help support your family. Still be there and be active. You still have to do that. But you also need to be aware, in my opinion, of the times in which we live. And if you're paying attention, and you've taken, like in my case, I've taken time to read. I know what's predicted to come. And most people who are willing to not bury their head in their head or in the sand, figuratively speaking, you can feel the change in the air, like something's getting ready to happen. You can feel it. It's undeniable.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to do the best I can to. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just doing the best I can, one day at a time. Do what I got to do to still be here until it's time to go home.
You know, but when communities don't stand up together and say, no, we're not having this here in this community, you're consenting to what is going on. Your children start living it. It becomes normal to them. That's just it's all part of it. If communities don't stand up and say, no, you're not bringing this into our schools. You're not letting these people into park their shit in our yard. If the communities don't come together, then your kids will think it's normal.
Well, and then they're going to groom.
And that's what's been going on for the last
and harm your kids.
20 years. People have been being normalized and they don't even realize it.
Right. Well, matter of fact, I just heard one. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, George. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Well, they've been doing it in such a slow way that they implement it. People bitch about it in the beginning, but they don't do anything about it in their communities.
No, absolutely. In some cases, they don't. And here's the kicker. I just heard a report that someone had pulled up from an article where some of the states are trying to remove wording from their legislation to decriminalize pedophilia.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, California.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been California or somewhere else. Yeah.
Not here.
They want it to where it's legal that if a guy is 20 years old, he can have sex with a 10-year-old.
Right. Yeah. What's that old phrase? Your silence is consent.
Ah, but baby, that's hypothetical.
You know dang well it's true.
Don't know.
It is true. It is true. The entire point of this, right? Okay, let me do you a favor. Everyone who can hear my voice, Bonnie, Ronan, Never, Meat Puppet, God knows how many fascinating people in chat will at least understand this, right? Because I'm a nobody. I barely understand my own asshole, right? Pardon my language, Bonnie, but it's the truth. All right. What's wrong will be celebrated as right, and what is right will be castrated as wrong. What else do you need to know?
Well, I don't have anything to castrate, so I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing.
Damn it, Bonnie, you know what I meant by that. I used a certain word, but you know what the hell it
I
is.
know.
Don't do that. That's cop out.
I'm just
Threw that in there.
Celebrated is wrong. I tell you, let's get rid of castrate and go celebrate it as wrong. Come on, come on.
You've been taking ibuprofen?
I'm working on it, Ronan. I'm working on it. I got the left testicle smaller than the right, so I'm good. Actually, that was inappropriate for a live. I apologize. Fun fact: don't take ibuprofen. Don't do it.
Well, guys, I gotta go.
all right.
Good
So
seeing y'all.
it's so good
to see you. Take care, George.
Good hearing from you, George.
Thank you so much for coming up. We love you.
Just to let you know that we're still around.
Right.
Well, we're always going to be around. It's just
You better
There's just a
answer
lot.
the other thing that one time, killer.
What killer?
You better answer the one thing that one time. Read your emails.
Yeah. Alrighty. Y'all keep it going.
Later.
God bless you, George.
Have a good night.
All right.
It's so good to see him.
Yeah, it was good to hear from him.
There it is. For we wrestle not against the flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
True story.
Amen.
Amazing. But there's got to be more to it, right? Like when you read scripture, there's always something else, right? That was an amazing message. Where does it come to forgiveness when people speak and talk and try to communicate? There is a force trying to rip everyone who can hear me apart. Don't let them. Please don't let them.
Yes.
Don't let them whittle away at the parts you think might be not the best. You are amazing. Do not do this. Please. That's all they want. They're not interested in nukes or the rest of it. They want you to eat each other. Don't do it.
No.
Well,
Not
and they
even-
also want to change you just enough to where you're not in his image anymore.
Yes.
Interesting side note. I saw a video, what was it? I think it was last week, where, and you can search the internet and find the video for yourself, where they recently found that in the strands that link your helix shape of the DNA, the ladder, the part that makes it look like a ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they did some research and study and figured out that the name of God is literally encoded in your DNA through those little letter strands. There's like a certain number count, and it spelled out the name of God when you counted up the DNA strands.
I think I saw that, and it's pretty cool.
Like
huh?
every fifth letter, 10th letter, and then another 5 or something like that.
And that's the whole thing. The evil thinks that they can play God. And I would really hate to be in their shoes when it all goes down, because we've seen recordings of that happening in the past and what happens to them.
Right.
But at the same time, we have to do our part while he's doing his.
Sure. But one thing to remember is, well, two, that you only get one go around in this thing called life. There's no do-overs.
Yes.
So if you're still breathing, it's not too late.
But like Rabbits is saying, it's the other people too. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If I got to where I was like a drooling blah blah blah, I would hope somebody's going to be there to take care of me or
right.
something.
Now, and hopefully somebody would. But that is a good rule to live by. But
And imagine the people who can't handle all of this mentally, who are
right,
going to be falling apart, who are going to be just
and
screaming and
yeah,
yelling because they don't even know what to do. They don't have a clue.
well,
Look at
right.
the people in the cities who've never hunted or
The-
had to scrounge for food or anything like that. They're going to be totally lost. And there has to be good, God-fearing people out there to help them through
Well,
it.
and to an extent, we will be here, but at some point, a part, I believe personally in the near future, a lot of us, I'll say real believers, those who are indwelt with the Spirit, Holy Spirit, will disappear. Will be gone, and then you'll have those who say they are, but may not necessarily actually be that a Christian, for lack of
See,
a
and
better term.
that's where I don't think he's going to take all of them because they're going to be needed
Right.
here to convert
Well,
others, to help
the,
others transfer over, to help.
there will be some, yes, but it'll be the ones who talked a good game but didn't walk the game, because they'll know what happened and thought they should have gone and then didn't. So there'll be some of those. There's going to be 144,000 Jewish guys running around, a couple angels.
You got it
The whole.
numbered, huh?
Well, I've done enough studying. I do good to remember it here and there. Sometimes I get a little distracted. Squirrel, you know. But the only thing I'll say, and that people can do with it what they want, is to the end of my point about the only one go around with life is accept Christ before it's too late. Whether you do it now, do it later, just do it while you're still breathing.
Yeah.
Because you'd rather live with him than without him. You can't afford to live without him. But that's just how I feel, and I'm hoping other people do at some point, if not already. But that's a decision they're going to have to make.
Hey, David.
I can only tell y'all what's coming, and what you do with that is up to you. Almost got hours for the day.
I truly believe in building the communities. And you know what? It doesn't have to be right around you. It can be within 100-mile radius, or,
Sure.
It can be even bigger than that if need be. It's
It could be. Because I believe it firmly at some point they're going to turn out the lights, as it were, when they're going to try to reset everything. Kind of like that X-Files video that's making the rounds on the internet. Three-day holiday weekend. Everybody, I'm sure, has seen that clip by now.
I've talked to 2 people in this community that have no clue where I'm at, and both of them told me where they're moving, and they will be within an hour of me. And I'm like,
there you go. More people in the neighborhood.
That's right. And we will be in touch, and we will be working together, hopefully for the better of all of our areas, all the way around.
Well, yeah, and having the communities like that will be important, but it have to be someone underground, because their end goal is to make you dependent on them and to put you into the system that they're getting ready to start for the one world government, one world religion. And you either get on board with the system or you're not a part of it. Excuse me.
Wow. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet and to know that I have loved them. Thank you, John Dunning. Yeah.
Either way, no matter how you slice it, there's not a whole lot of time left before things start to get really, really interesting.
Hey, Navy Vet.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I just said hello to Navy Vet.
Oh, okay. I thought I missed a question, so you're good. Either way, we can. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just thinking about something you said about like them trying to change our DNA and
They are.
how we're made in His image,
Mm-hmm.
and I agree with that. And I was thinking, however, like this body, like everybody I've known that had passed away, the body remains.
Yep.
We bury them, and like all of our DNA or whatever you want to call it has been altered, has been changed. I mean, we all have Teflon in our blood. It's in the water, it's in everywhere. It's been leached. This is from the 80s and before.
Sure. No, but
I mean, I got on one side of me had the train derailment. On the other side was a chemical plant burnout. I mean, so they're doing stuff to this body. I'm not worried about it as much as, and they're getting, they have done. I don't agree with any of what they're doing. I think it's bad. I wish it would stop. Same thing with the chemtrails, all that business, right? So,
right.
the part of them that, the part of us that they're trying to get to, is our faith in God.
No, they are trying to do that, but when I say they're trying to change your DNA, I mean literally they're trying to change, because if you change,
no, God, it's
I think
him.
it's like 1% of your DNA that will then make you not human. Kind of like the Bible describes them as Nephilim, the giants.
Yeah, but I guess I mean, it's one thing to willingly know that and to try to get in on that business and become a giant or whatever. But I guess what I'm saying is that, they've already changed us from what we originally were.
I don't want to be a giant. It's already hard enough to find clothes.
Yes, but
you are a giant, dude.
No, but listen, they have changed some things over the years a little bit, but we're still classified as human. What they're trying to do is make you not human,
right?
Because if you're not human, you can't be saved.
Right. Well, so let's say because they're gonna have to hold me down, and use force, right? Let's say they do that.
Sure.
Now, am I not saved anymore?
No, because they're going to give you a choice, and you'll either take it.
Well, I'm saying no. That's why they're holding me down. I said no. I said
right.
No, I don't need
so if you say no.
Yep. But they're holding me down anyway.
Right. If they're holding you down, it's because they're about to cut your head off, and then at that point, it won't matter.
Well.
Not to be so graphic, but I mean.
I guess in this scenario, they'd be holding me down to give me the medication or whatever, the gene therapy.
Right.
Right. But
that's not your soul. They want your soul.
Right.
Yeah, they want.
Same here.
They do absolutely want your soul. They won't ever get it, but they do want it. As far as the gene therapy part, they can try to force that on you, but the way they're setting it up, it's going to make you choose, and you'll either.
Right, I agree with that, and that's what it says in the Bible too. I agree with that.
I've had that thought that you mentioned about. Well, what if they force me down and
inject
me with the crap?
Look, they don't even have to do that. The reality is, it's in the food, right? They've already talked about
there are a lot of GMO
lettuce
foods, yeah.
And well, not just that, but mRNA and lettuce and meat,
the old jibby jab, the mRNA jibby jab.
Let's right? Like it's that you're just eating salad. You're thinking, now I'm healthy, right? I'm watching my intake, right? I'm eating salad. Well, guess what? Surprise! Now you're Nephilim. How does that work? I don't accept that. You know what I mean?
No, right. Just doing that with the GMO foods is not enough to do it. I could be wrong. I don't know everything about it.
I guess
that's
the
what I
details do get hairy, but ultimately, I think we agree on the fact that what it comes down to is they want
is a
our
choice.
soul. They want us to deny God, and that's what we're
Yeah.
holding on to tight. We're saying no. You could
Right.
they're going to throw stuff at us. That's history of Christians throughout, since the beginning. They fed us to the lions. The church had to be hidden in caves and meet in secret, right? Like it was never an easy thing. I mean, it was all right for a while here in this land. It was, we say we're one nation under God, and now here we are, flopping down the churches. Wait a minute.
It all started to fall apart right about the time they took prayer to schools during the 60s, and then they started attacking the family shortly after.
Yeah, they shouldn't have done that.
What's that one speech that guy gave? If I Were the Devil speech that's on YouTube still. You can go listen to that. That's exactly what's going on.
Yep, I agree. I heard that. I agree with that. You're right. Sorry, Chuck. Didn't mean to.
I was just saying, hey, everybody. Yeah, Bonnie, I missed your notice. Well, after I got off the phone with you, I went out there working on that damn lawnmower. I was trying to get that broken bolt out. I got it drilled out and put an ease out in there, and I was being careful and broke the damn ease out in the hole.
You broke the ease out in the hole? Good grief. How did you pull that off?
My luck.
Those ease outs those are pretty hard to break from my understanding. I could be wrong on that, but
it broke easier than the bolt broke when I was taking the motor off that other frame.
Well, time to get a torch.
I got the ease out, but I had to drill a hole on both sides of the hole.
Worst case, you just grab your torch. It can't fight it if it's liquid.
I'm gonna have to try to rethread it.
Well, so there's that, but at least you got it out. Excuse me.
Vicky come out there and was watching me, and I'm like, pisses me off so bad. Shit, years ago I could have did all this shit in an hour or two. Now this is third or fourth day I've tried working on this shit.
Yeah, you know what's even crazy? The older you get, I've noticed, especially doing what I do. 5 years ago, getting up and down off your knees, get something underneath the couch or whatever, no problem. Now, getting down is easy. Getting back up is the hard part.
You guys need to talk to Ed and get you some of that collagen.
It's not because I've got plenty of collagen in the joint. It's because I've been driving semi-truck for almost 9 years now, bouncing up and down these highways and byways, and it sells your body. I still got good joints, thankfully, so getting down is not the problem. It's just it's been so rough on my body. Getting back up is the hard part. It's not impossible. It's just slightly more difficult.
You just need to have you a good joint before you go to sleep.
I don't need those kind of problems, man. They drug test us at random on a regular basis, man.
I know.
I ain't trying to lose my CDL for that.
I remember how bad it is. I still had a chauffeur's license back in the 80s, and right when they changed it over to the CDL shit, they wanted to give it to me free, and told me to cram it in their ass.
Right. And that's what some of them back then, that's what they did, some of them. Some of them kept it and got grandfathered in.
But what I did, I drove the odd size load, the hot shot stuff, and the shit that takes 2 lanes.
Yeah.
And they usually run half of it off the edge of the road and the other half on the line.
And that's what some of them are doing is they're getting a little box trucks with a sleeper cab on the front end, or they'll get a little pickup truck and take off the truck bed and run hot shot and all that. But you still there, Rabbit? No, sounds like Rabbit got lost.
He's talking in chat. He having spelling issues, I guess.
His fingers are hopping all over the place over there.
Keep talking and type at the same time.
It's probably spell check. He's either trying to use spell check and it's auto-correcting what he's trying to spell, or he's using voice chat and it's doing the same thing. He'll say one word and it types another.
Yeah, when I use speak to text, I come up with all kind of new words.
Yeah, me too. It doesn't work real well. But I'll have just enough time to get up here onto the interstate and get to this rest area down here, and then as much as I wanted to try to make it home tonight, I think my day is going to be over.
You out of miles or out of time?
Time. I got 18 minutes and about 30-ish miles roughly to go. So I'll get down here, back out onto the interstate. There's a rest area over here, if I remember right, between where I get on and where I'm headed. And so I'll pull into the rest area and call it a night.
You got 30 miles to get home, but you only got 18 minutes of drive time left.
Well, if I'm going all the way home, it's 50 miles to go home and 18 minutes to drive. But the 20 miles or so is over to the company yard, where I'm dropping my trailer, my paperwork, grab an empty trailer, and then I can just use personal conveyance to go the 20 miles to the house, whether I got hours or not.
So that extra 2 or 3 miles you're not allowed to do because you're out of time, right?
Well, I've got personal conveyance. I could drive it over to the yard and drop it and do what I got to do and go home. But it's been a long day and I'm kind of tired, so I'm just going to get up to the rest area and leave out first thing in the morning after my 10-hour break.
That's good that you don't push it. I appreciate that, because we have some that won't.
So yeah, there's a lot that do push it, but I learned early on in this career, well, lifestyle actually, but from an old hand, my trainer sorry, go ahead. What were we gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, when you start pushing it, you can end up tree fishing.
Right, or in the ditch or in the creek or upside down on fire, whatever.
On top of somebody.
Yeah, or you kill somebody else.
Yep.
I had an old hand when I first started who had been driving for dang near 40 years, who happened to be my trainer. And the one thing he told me that really hit home was, don't rush. No load is worth your life.
Yep.
Now, he did obviously stress planning and making sure you manage your time well, but at the same time, not rushing it, because it's just not worth it. And when I've had a chance to talk to people who are just coming in, I tell them the same thing. I said, make sure you plan your loads so you can be on time or early. I said, but don't push it. Ain't no load worth you dying.
Thank you, John Stryker. God bless you. And hello to Kat. Sorry.
I was say, was someone typing something in chat?
Yes.
Yeah. I can somewhat see it, but I can't pay attention to it because I are driving.
Yes. Pay attention to the road.
Well, no, I am. That's why I got my hands-free device, so I can still chit-chat rather than trying voice to text or whatever.
Much appreciated. Have you noticed anything in the size of the deliveries? Any shortages or stuff like that?
Freight, as far as shortages go, the overall general freight, as well as your food freight, that makes you everything from your dog food to the stuff that goes in the grocery store, it's stable. It's running. It's picked up just a tiny little bit, but we're still not at the same level we were before all this COVID nonsense started. So we're still way below where we should be as far as getting back to normal, but it is at least stable.
Good.
So it's good, consistent freight, but not nearly as much as what it was before the COVID. Which is good. I'm glad it's stabilized. I'm just hoping it'll pick back up, but yeah, I still think it's going to be another few years before that happens, because between COVID and then the jam, the issue they had with the ports for 3 or 4 months. It's going to take a while to dig all that back out.
Hmm. It's interesting, John Dunning.
But no, I mean, other than that, it's pretty stable, and I get paid by the hour now versus by the mile. So I'm not in any kind of rush. Not that I really ever was.
Yeah, that's good.
But I had to cut my hours back for the week. So instead of running closer to 60, 70 hours of driving, it's 45 to maybe 50 at most.
Hmm.
So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Gets me home at the end of every week. So kind of get to take it easy a little bit.
Good deal.
Absolutely. I even managed to get a semi in my semi truck I drive. It's got those toasty bun seats. I can heat my seat or I can cool it.
Awesome.
Well, normally it's a feature you only find in cars, but now they've started
Yeah,
to put it in the semi trucks.
that's good. It's not self-driving or anything yet, is it?
No, there was a self-driving company who was trying it, and one of their self-driving trucks just randomly jerked this truck into the Jersey barrier and caused a big accident. Thankfully, the driver in the truck was able to somewhat get some control with it, so it wasn't as bad as what it could have been. But they're trying the self-driving stuff. It's just it's going to be a while before it's ready for prime
Yes.
time use.
Coughing attack. I'm gonna mute.
My guess is it'll be at least another 5 or maybe 10 years, hopefully, before that self-driving stuff is in full swing. Oh. Don't everybody all talk at once.
I got a new water barrel today. I actually got 2 of them. Found a guy on Craigslist that was selling these. They're 50-gallon, the big blue ones that had like.
Oh, the plastic blue drums?
Yeah, they had some food
Nice.
product in them. It smelled like one smelled like strawberry and one smelled like watermelon. They smell really good. Must have been like some kind of flavoring, but $12 a
Probably.
piece. I thought that was pretty good.
It's not a bad price. I know some guys, they like to get those ones that the farmers use that are the plastic with the metal outer cage. They clean them out real good, cut the top off, and then they use them
Yeah.
for like to hold a bunch of bait fish if they're fishermen, or just to hold a lot of rainwater.
Those are expensive. I was looking at those. They're like $100, $200. And
Yeah,
this
but look how big they are.
yeah, that's true. But that's kind of like the. So I use a hand pump, and I pump out of a ground well. I water for the garden.
Sure.
So 50 gallons, like twice a day, that's about my limit. You know, if I have to fill up that big old thing, I'll be there half
Well,
the morning.
that would be more of a, you set it up so that it takes all the rainwater from the gutters into your little crate.
Yeah. I don't like
But
doing that because then I have like water sitting around. There's more mosquitoes. That water is always warm and stuff.
sure, to an
Every
extent,
time I get
I
that
can see
water out of the
that.
ground, it's cold. It's nice and
Yeah,
good.
I know some places don't have rules against collecting rainwater. Some don't.
Yeah, I just kind of do whatever. I don't really do anything bad though.
Right.
I don't think so.
It used to be in our ordinance, but they apparently just removed it. When we got a new mayor, that was the first thing I hit her with, and her and the city manager went over the ordinance, and they said, it's not there now. Collect rainwater. And I was like,
Nice.
wonder how that happened. But so that's how I know the next generation, they're doing this stuff. And I'm glad,
Right.
because it's time for us to pass the baton. And I think there's more and more of them that are stepping up.
That's good.
Yes, that's what our goal is. And then they'll teach it to the next ones and the next ones.
Right. Well, and that's how it's supposed to be.
Yes.
And if it goes wrong, we'll just blame Rabbit because it's all his fault.
Hey, Keno. Of course, it's always Rabbit's fault.
That's why we keep him around.
That's right.
Scapegoat.
We are the rebels. You know what? That's one thing. I'm trying so hard not to blame, because when we start blaming, I mean, we can sit here and say it's our government. We can sit here and say it's whoever. It's not just the government. There's so many people. The list is a mile long of who we could blame for all this crap. And of course, boomers are getting blamed because they should have known better a long time ago, or even our parents, because they should have known a long time ago, because it's been so far back. But that's just
But they were having the same. That is a good way to not be accountable. Number one, but number two, they were dealing with the same thing more or less we are. They were trying to figure out a way to fix it.
Right. And
but unless you're willing to step up, get enough people to step up and give back to God, because that's honestly the only way to fix this whole mess.
Yes.
Put the family back together, and put God back in the family and the hearts of the people.
That's right.
But until they're willing to do that, you're going to keep having these problems, and it'll get worse, unfortunately.
But at the same time, you said accountability. So each one of us needs to be accountable for anything that we have done in the past or whatever. I mean, that's repent.
Yep.
And so it doesn't do any good to put the blame on somebody else. It's what can we do now at this point? Each person, but it's going to take each person digging deep inside themselves to see what they are capable of doing and doing it. And that was the whole purpose of the videos in the beginning, sort of was what each of you are capable of and what each of you can do to make this world a better place. If we do make it through this crap, I really and truly do not think it is end times. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that, but I'm just not feeling that. And I could be totally wrong. But I'd rather have my faith and be wrong than not. And so either way, it's still, we can't just sit here and hope or pray that everything is going to turn out okay. We have to help it to be okay.
Yeah, God ain't going to do it for us.
Each person is responsible for what they can do. And being a good steward to other people, I think, is number one. How many times does it say love in the Bible? How many times, the commandments?
More than one.
And that's what we need to start showing people, is kindness and love.
It's hard to anymore. That's, I'm not saying I can't show love, but that we try to love all these people, and they find anything to rip you apart over. Even our close little knit group is getting bad.
But
they're the fastest ones I ever seen to turn their back on people.
And let them. That's their choice. That's their. Then they have
a good way.
That's their business. But if we say we can't love them because of that, then we're going against what God's wanting us to do.
So
I didn't
a good
say
way
that.
to
I just,
no,
I
I
know.
know you didn't say that, but she's just making the point in general, Chuck. But the way I like to look at it is I'll love them no matter what because I'm supposed to and because it's the right thing to do. If they respond to it, great. If they get all pissed off and run off and turn their back on me, that's on them. I can't control what they do. I can only control what I do.
well,
So
when
whether
they turn their back on you, don't give you a chance to talk. That's just doing just like them fucking libtards do. So bless them, I guess.
well, yeah, like I said, man, it's all about what you do. It's you can't control their responses. If they're gonna turn their back on you, let them. Like, okay, cool. See you later.
Like I said, I told Bonnie earlier, I just like to know that the shit they were accusing me of is correct. But I'll sure as hell say something that make them feel that way if they want it, but not sneak away and hide like I'm nobody.
Right.
Well, and you're not nobody. How many people do you have around you right now, Chuck?
Yeah, but
Right
look
there in your home and right here on panel with you.
yeah, I'm just saying over the last 2 years. Hell, you even said it pissed you off the way they're doing earlier. I'm not trying to pull you out on it.
No. Yes, I can be mad about it, but I'm not going to hold it.
No, I don't have no hatred for him. I got pity for him.
Right. So you're doing your part. You're doing what you're supposed to do, and then how they respond is up to them, and that's all you can do.
That's it.
Good riddance is what I say.
But when people do that too, that's again, everybody loves them. This is my favorite word when they're passing judgment on. That's bearing false witness, and that's a mortal sin.
Yep. But again, that's not.
Yes. But that's not us.
It's not the thing to focus on. You gotta. Most people, myself included, I have enough problems dealing with my stuff, let alone someone else's.
Yeah, but right now I'm just mean, and everybody's wondering what to do. What can they do? The bottom's fixing to drop out of it, and hell, people in this like-minded shit like this, if they can't get together, how do you expect to get together with anybody else?
No, absolutely correct. But so here's what you can do. There's only two things you can do. Pray God and be prepared. You know, pray up and prep up a little bit if you got the means to do so, and just be ready. And that's all you can do. Take it one day at a time.
Yeah.
Excuse me for 1 second. Y'all can talk and I'll be right back.
All right, good. Now we get to the good stuff.
I don't want to talk no more. I'm going to suck my thumb because they hurt my feelings so bad. It made my. I need to go get me a pair of them tuck-proof bikinis to wear.
Wait. They have tuck-proof bikinis?
Yeah. That way you can hide your junk and it looks like a camel toe.
Why was it not red? You know what? You guys are holding out.
They got some up there that say rabbits on them.
Can you get a military issued yet? Because you know at some point you will.
Oh yeah, they cut them coming desert drab or snowflake snow.
Yeah, those patterns won't be out until Tuesday next week.
And you get a free choice of your beer.
Every new enlistee is going to get one in their sack.
Thank you for calling. Your government loves you. We care about you. We wake up every day and we care about you. Random strangers wake up every day that are millionaires and they worry about you. Honest. Believe it. It's real.
It's got a tuckable pouch in it where you can hold a 6-pack in it.
Asshole.
Scariest phrase they'll ever utter. Hi, I'm from the government. We're here to help.
I used to think that, Meat. Now the new phrase is this: hey, we're here to bring you back to your government. We're here to bring you back to your country. Because when the shit falls apart, you'll have some knucklehead. We're here to rejoin you with your nation. That's the new hotness, give or take a year.
I'm scared of those people that say stuff like, He
baby,
is
you can get her a
her
copy
after
for
their
that
name.
shit.
We are here to rejoin you with your country. We're here for the reclamation team. Reclamation's a big word. You know, people are going to buy that. Most people who suck their thumbs and don't know what the hell's going, like, that sounds good. I'm going to follow that. That's outstanding. That's a good word. You guys ran it through Harvard and everything. Oh shit! I think my dog's dead, Chuck.
Oh shit!
I'm looking at my German Shepherd and she is passed the f out. That's your fault.
Uh-oh. Hold on one second, guys.
Hold on.
Shit.
Is it the police?
Nope.
All right. We're good.
Nope. I
We're
turned
good.
the corner and did not realize my clock had ran out, and I
We
didn't have
can
time.
all hear the blinker and it's terrifying. It's a loud blinker.
What the problem was is I stopped at a stoplight, made a turn to come down to get on the interstate, and I didn't realize my clock ran out. I meant to stop before it ran out so I could get down here to the rest area where I
What
need
the
to
hell
go.
with that? You tell them to F them and people who look like them.
I'm gonna get off here, guys. I'll holler at you after bed. I'm gonna get me some chocolate ice cream and sit on the couch and suck my thumb and watch John Wick.
Grab some root beer. Grab a root beer. Don't forget the root
I'm gonna
beer,
get off
Chuck.
here and watch. I'm gonna get off here and watch a movie with her. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, we'll talk to you, Chuck.
Take care, Chuck.
Y'all have a good night.
After you go into the swimsuits while I'm gone. I heard it.
Do you need a tuckable suit?
No, I don't. No.
You can carry a 6-pack in it.
Thank you for coming up, Chuck. Good night.
I'm gonna leave the link in case y'all are back. I'm gonna go watch this movie with her.
Okay.
All right. Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Oh my goodness. And what else did I see? No. Didn't see that.
Okay, so now I got that done. Now I can go 5 or 6 miles up the road here to the rest area and park for the night. Since my clock, I thought I had enough time to get up here another 5 or so miles to the rest area, and I miscalculated slightly, but only by a minute or so. I got pulled over within a minute of it going to all zeros, so it didn't say violation per se.
It says right there if you have a violation.
It was close. Oh, never mind. I did go over by a minute, but I can.
Does it shut down then?
Well, what I did is I
misjudged the distance.
Well, I misjudged this distance a little bit, yeah. But if it shows,
That's crazy that they regulate you so much that 1 minute is going to be.
Yep, and it'll be on my log record for the next 7 days, or no,
Wow.
8 days.
That is crazy.
Yep, but it's not like I planned on doing it on purpose. I just was coming around the corner. I thought I had a couple more minutes of what I did. Had I been paying attention, when I was at the stoplight, I would have changed it to what I needed to before the violation happened. But it was only a 2-minute violation. So
yeah,
if I explain the situation, on the off chance they do inspect my logs by the DOT, I can tell them what happened, and they're like, "Oh, okay." They'll realize I was just doing it to get to my parking spot, not because I was trying to drive in violation like some Riri hopped up on crack.
Now, is it different if you own your own truck and drive for yourself?
Nope, same rules for everybody. Whether you own your own truck or company truck. 14-hour work time, 11-hour drive time, 70 hours in 8 days.
Wow.
But thankfully, I only work Tuesday through Saturday, so most I ever work in a week is about 50 hours,
Yeah.
which I think right now I'm about 40 hours, maybe 42. I'm somewhere about the 40-hour mark, or just maybe slightly over by the time I finish it up tomorrow.
Are you busier because of the weekend? Maybe
No, no,
it
no,
didn't
because
affect you at all. Okay.
no, because Memorial Day is on Monday. I work Tuesday through Saturday, so it doesn't affect me.
I guess that's the beer deliveries that are so busy. Big
Yeah,
holidays.
yeah. Some of the more guys who stay out more longer for OTR over the road, they have that. You know, of- they'll get there, sometime on Monday and have to wait till Tuesday to make a delivery because of the holiday. Most or some places will be closed.
Yeah. Goodness.
So
Oh, I forgot about that too.
yeah,
Monday, everything should be closed.
so don't forget Tuesday next week. Everybody can order their camouflage tuck bikinis with rabbits on them.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's what else I heard. Rabbit's complaining that she's knocked out. I thought that was the goal.
It's not the
Wanted.
goal. That's not the goal. She's lawn furniture, right? I can't lift this thing.
Well, you were saying, do they ever tire out?
So
She got
so
hungry,
wait,
right?
you're telling me a big strong man like you can't pick her up?
No. It's like every other big, strong man that falls in love with someone. They can't lift them. Remember me, puppet. She's not a lady if she's not 280.
Oh my goodness.
Well, look, whatever makes you happy, man.
I am
Yeah,
way
I gave her 2 chicken fried steaks, and she's looking at me like I owe her money.
Oh.
She's thinking, why did you let me eat all that?
Right. Hey, there's nothing wrong with a good chicken fried steak. Let me tell you. Matter of fact, up until a couple months ago, every Saturday morning, me and a buddy would meet up, and or sometimes on Sunday morning when I was home on the weekends, we'd meet up and have chicken fried steak and eggs or whatever for breakfast. Oh man, with the country style gravy. Oh baby.
Yes. Levi's. Wow. Well, that doesn't surprise me with Levi's. If Wrangler does it, I'll be surprised.
We lost me, puppet.
Uh-oh.
No.
So what are we looking at? It's really blurry.
Oh my God, that's so blurry that you can't even read that. No one's ever going to know what that is. It's nothing.
Okay.
That's absolutely nothing. Really?
Goodness. Something in the air tonight.
At the military level, the United States is the custodian. At the environmental level, the United States is clearly the greatest risk. What a mess. This
Yeah.
crap is older than all of us, for the record. Anyone who can read this, unless you're 92, it's older than you.
Well, the government doesn't know how to do things in the right way. They're always
No,
messing things up.
wait. You expect me to believe that the people we trust to protect us do not have our best interests at heart? Oh,
They wake up every morning and think about us. Like,
Exactly.
How can we serve American
That's what I
people?
told Ronan. They wake up every day and they get paid millions of dollars, right? And they're like, man,
They worry for our safety.
how the fuck is Meat Puppet feeling
our
today?
comfort.
They're like,
Yep.
well, how the how's this peon doing today? I really want to know how the roaches under my refrigerator are feeling. Come on.
Yeah, that's what they do. No, that's not what they do. They think, well, do I want to rate boy A today or girl B today?
I don't Meat Puppet. I have it on good authority that any minute now, hundreds of millions of thousands of soldiers who are somehow not brainwashed by the same shit we've all been through are going to unfuck this. I'm totally banking on that. Like seriously, I've invested my 401k on other people doing the right thing. Wait. That goes against training. Wait, I'm confused right now.
Yeah. Well, if you believe that, I got some swampland in Florida to sell you.
I mean, hey, land in Florida is tight right now. I'm in. Swampland. Ass.
Right. Or a bridge in New York. Hell of a deal.
I'm beyond leaving. I've already left. Technically, I haven't been here for the last 30 minutes. So, wait. Oh, we're still live. What I meant to say was, you know what? You know what? I want you guys to all think about something. Everyone you trust in, your sheriff, your elected officials, I want you to picture this. When they wake up, they're like, man, I'm lucky to be alive. I'm in the freest, greatest nation on the earth. Let me be the best me I can be for the people I've sworn to protect. And I want you to understand that that probably doesn't ring true to you guys. And there's a reason for it.
You don't say.
There's a song that goes with that.
No, I totally said it. I totally said it. Not Ronan, not Bonnie, not me. It was me. It was Rabbits 101. Blah, 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 blah. Good luck, bitches. Come get me. No, wait. They already know where I'm at. Oh, this is a great talk. I love this. I love talking to free-spirited people who think there's things and stuff. I love it.
Okay, Downer.
There was a good point to that. You guys.
I want to hear. Hold on. I want to hear this song.
The song?
Yeah, you said there was a song
about the sheriff.
Y'all all know I shot the sheriff. Oh my God! Really? That is anti-constitutional.
It's not. I shot the sheriff, is it?
But I didn't shoot the deputy. That's what she was thinking about. You look at her laughing her ass off. What other sheriff song? Look, come on. Blatant. No robbing banks with either of you two. Me, Puppet, I can't rob banks with you. Bonnie, we've established this.
Whatever. I laughed at everything.
I would be the guy who you hook the tow cable up to the front of the safe, and I just back up with my truck and rip the door off.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we are non-violent people.
Yeah, totally not violent. I totally wouldn't just run right through the front
all
door.
Personal opinions. I'm exceptionally violent, but I'm also deranged. So you guys are off the hook. You guys are helping to suffer a disabled person. I am handy-capable. Are you kidding me? I've got like 4 helmets. I ride the shortest bus. I can barely, like, I got one of those shoes, the right foot that's bigger than the left foot, because I don't know where I'm at. It's awesome.
Did you remember your safety vest?
No one's supposed to know that. Safety, way to go. Way to go, fucking STS. Safety trained supervisor. Way to go.
Safety vest with a little red flag on a tiny.
Oh yes, safety first. And everyone hates industry with ever. Come on, you know he's doing this on purpose, but he's poking fun. He knows what STS is. The man has the CDL. He knows that thing with that stuff.
Are you kidding? I got a bright orange safety reflective vest.
Are you kidding me? When you tell people you got a thumper, they think it's a rabbit. They don't know it's that beat you over the head thing. It ain't just to check tire pressure.
Well, I do have one of those.
Oh, you're not supposed to admit it out loud in public. That's in the prank caller.
But mine is not a thumper. It's a 3-pound handheld sledgehammer.
Dear God! What? Oh my God! No! You can't. Okay. No and no.
Kim, nobody's volunteering to be Clyde.
It's good for thumping tires, helping doors.
I would totally
dealing with
volunteer to be
people,
Clyde. Are you kidding me? Bonnie and Clyde? We're going over it and we really believe in it. I'm in. Clyde the hell out of it. Just
right.
floor it.
How's that Garth song go? He didn't hit the brakes when he was shifting gears.
Ah, crap. You mean wait, I didn't watch the end of the movie. They didn't make it? I thought they made it. Oh shit, they didn't make it. Now, you wouldn't have
No.
said that if they made it. That means they
Right.
didn't make it. I got to watch Bonnie and Clyde. One
Yeah,
second.
but then y'all can learn from their mistakes.
I don't want to learn from people's mistakes. I want to capitalize on the things they may have misstepped on. If I'm learning from people's mistakes, I'm dead.
Well, like not getting caught.
Or if I'm listening to other people's opinions, I have a tag on my toe.
Well, look, this is not real, Rabbit. This is all just a figment of your imagination.
Ah, man, this would be like the third time this week. Don't tell me that shit, me. I can't handle it. It's like the third time, bro.
The third time he said.
Maybe the helmet's too tight. You gotta loosen up a little bit.
It's not too tight. I can chew gel. Wait.
Now, do you have the right helmet on, or do you have the wrong helmet on? Because there's two different ones.
Why do you gotta ask these complicated questions? It could be anyone's helmet.
Bridge runner, you're so sweet. Okay, I got another volunteer to be Clyde.
I'll be the driver. Y'all can be Bonnie and Clyde. I'll be the driver.
I bet, CDL. I bet. He's like, we're going over that, and you're all going over it. Figure it out.
It's not hard to figure out. Last sound they hear is.
Framing hammer is legit to have.
That's not true. There's a roofing hammer.
Yeah.
What's a framing hammer? Meet Ronan, Bonnie.
No,
What's
it's a legitimate handheld sledgehammer.
Yeah.
It's a 3-pound hammer.
They got a little thing on the front of the hammer where you put the nail. So it has a little magnet on it. You rest the nail on there and you tap it first, and then you start swinging. It's cool. It's a cool.
Ain't no one got no thing in the front of the hammer.
You need to go to the hardware store.
No,
go
that's
to
what
Menards, okay?
No, what he's talking about, Rabbit, is that the claw hammers were designed so you stick your nail so the head is caught at the bottom of the V. Give it one hard smack into the wood so it takes a hold without you having to hold it.
Who the hell sinks a nail in one swap? Come on, look at Chet. No
you
one
can.
does that. No one does.
That's how they designed the claw hammer.
There's
So instead of using your
about that. Yep.
You're just setting the nail. You're not putting it in.
right, you're just setting the nail with one hand instead of breaking your thumb because you can't aim straight. You use the claw hammer and the nail to set it. You carefully pull the hammer out and then start tapping away.
Yep.
Like
Actually, I have this really cool tool that I picked up at Tractor Supply that, oh, never mind. On the other end, it has a really cool tool, too. It's just
it's one of those cool tools. Love it. Fully functional, full service.
Yes, very.
We won't say what it is, Bonnie, because we don't want you to get a community strike for saying that. But we know what it is.
I love my tools.
That's what she said.
I said tools, not tools.
Battery powered 12-inch chainsaw.
I know.
Say that. Maybe it's time I close this one up. What do y'all think?
They got more than one. Almost
I
around the
hope
corner
y'all
to
got
the
a
rest
good
area.
message out of all this craziness. But I am going to go ahead and close it up. And I thank you all for being here.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad I could provide some entertainment, hopefully.
You're good, Meat
For
Puppets.
having me.
Thank you. Chat, if y'all want to, the music community is doing live streams all over the place. You can pick out where you want to hang out and chat. And we will see you soon. Thank you all. Love you.
Yeah.
God bless you and have a good night.
Later. Excuse me.